Go.
Welcome to Saturday Night with TBX. And I'm Jennifer, my husband Glenn. We are so excited to bring some really cool things for you tonight. But first, the reason we're doing this is because we want to say thank you. My goodness. The last week was a little overwhelming. I had some of you even write and say, "Are you okay? You're normally smiley and happy, and you seem really stressed out." It was a very stressful week. But I think what made it easier was all the emails and the comments. My goodness,
A lot of support. I was really surprised. All some pretty big streamers reaching out and calling, emailing.
yeah,
Yeah, that
and
was very
sharing our
helpful.
videos. Thank you so much to those streamers, and we'll talk about those later. But they said that they like the work, and whether we believe it or not, it's not up to us. It's law enforcement that needs to look into it, and they haven't. So, as far as we know. So that's why we wanted to come tonight, do a little recap, and then Glenn has been working really hard. He told me to take the week off and get some rest.
Yeah,
So,
we'll recap, talk a little bit about what's happened since that interview. And then also, I've been watching all week. There's been a big news week, really. I mean, you can
yeah,
go weeks without hearing anything. And then we got two big things, I guess, this week. Really, three. There's some things about DNA that interested me. And then Savannah's post. Um, People are dissecting that. And so I just did my own little version once hearing everybody else's theories of what I think the reality is to that. And then we can talk a little bit about the ransom letters too,
yeah.
if you want. And
Glenn and I keep saying there's a lot of nuances in this case in general, but I think, there definitely are in the ransom notes. And I think sometimes we just want to get to the meat of something,
yeah,
even when you read a book and you forget all the little in betweens that give you a lot more information. And I
for
think
sure.
that's not only in the ransom notes, I feel like it's in the case in general. So we're looking forward to tonight. But we just want to tell you all thank you so much for
All the subscribers, all the
golly,
members.
and the
It was just a
members.
lot of members this week. Really incredible.
Because, gosh darn it, people seem to like us.
I guess
And
so.
we don't know why.
Yeah,
Glenn kept saying, we're going to end up having 5 people watch us, and it's going to be our family.
yeah.
So,
That was the plan. If we had five people in, there would be a family of seven total doing this, but it's not
so
turned out that way, and we're very appreciative of it, very humbled about it, and we take it seriously. We're
we really
literally
do.
working every day now. Today we took a little morning off, I guess, but
Yeah.
now it's the mad dash to get everything ready. So you may only have a minute or two left before we start, but we've only got, what, 2 hours, I
Yep.
guess.
And we're sitting outside in the wonderful 70 something, low 70s here in the Ozarks.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, we've been soaking it up today. And I've got Miss Bonnie asleep here by my side. So we're all enjoying it. But we'll see you in a few minutes.
See you in a minute.
A lot of people have called us with information, but we also know a lot of people are hesitant to do so. And so I hope that by constantly reminding the public, we're here, we're not going anywhere. If you have information, someone knows who this person is, someone knows something, we want that person to call us. We need that phone call. A number of issues have been brought up about people being cleared of this investigation. We served a few search warrants. We talked to individuals, and we move on because if the evidence is there, we continue that path. But that doesn't mean those individuals are cleared. It just means that we met with them because we felt like there was a need. There was probable cause established through evidence, tips, whatever, and presented to a court, and we went on. Does that mean those individuals are cleared? Not necessarily. I can't be any more clear. I said this earlier on, and I say it again. The Guthrie family is not and have not been suspects in this investigation.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Thornbridge X Unfiltered. I'm Jennifer. This is my husband, Glenn. Tonight, we're going to be discussing why they didn't follow up on that tip. We're going to be going over a few things. We're also going to be going over a few new things. So let's get started.
There we are. We're back. We made it.
Oh my gosh. Well,
What a day.
I think, what a week. Are you kidding me? And then we went outside on a walk and my hair got ginormous. So I was having to tame the mane before we got on TV again. But we want to thank everybody for joining us. Thank you so much for all the support over the last week. It's been overwhelming. And if I have not responded to your email or comment, I apologize. It's been a little bit of a major week, but I can't tell you thank you enough. I mean, I think both of us were completely overwhelmed at the support and the kindness after that episode. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll just say it again. What a week. We've been really busy just, coming up with just content, new stories we're looking into and really interesting things. So tonight, I guess we're just going to recap a little bit of the last episode because a lot of it was spent on the actual interview. And I do have a more edited version, a revised version of the interview, so we can kind of just, skim through it a little bit because there was a lot of questions we got and comments on the in our tips line, and I guess comments actually online too.
Well, and some confusion about how we handled it and how we handled the interview. Just when I say that, I mean in a positive way. There was just a lot of questions that people had. So we're happy to answer as many as we can tonight.
Yeah, for sure. One thing I think we should do, most people understood, I think, the legitimacy of Buscando Corazones.
Very good.
I've been practicing.
Well, I had to practice too.
We've done a lot more research on it recently, and I just want to play some kind of like B-roll, I guess, but like a slideshow we've made to let you see these people hard at work, and they've legitimately found, a lot of lost people.
Yep.
Not alive anymore.
Very sad situation over
Yeah.
there.
I mean, basically, it's like a dumping ground right across the border. There's an area where they find lots of bodies. It's kind of a shame. And again, we are in no way saying that this tip that Buscando Corazones received is legitimate. We're only saying that we think somebody should at least check it out and just totally disqualify it.
That's exactly right.
Officially be able to not even think about it anymore. It would make me feel better. I'm sure it would make you feel better. And everybody else that's been emailing us saying, now that we think about it, there is a major channel from Tucson down to, they don't call it Nogales. They would, Sonora, sorry. I'm a little tired. So yeah, the Sonora is on both sides of the border, I'm guessing. And
that I don't know, but
it's a crime thing going through there. Not that it's a bad place to visit and all. It's just, it also serves a purpose of transporting people and other things and not in the correct way.
Not so great goods, but yeah.
So if you want, real quick, we'll just go over the graphic again. Just basically, who is Buscando Corazones in Nogales? And this is last week's graphic, so that's why it says for tonight's interview. Thank you, Summer.
Thank you so much.
I like that name. It's pretty cool. So anyway, if you just want to read over this real quick, Jennifer, and kind of just remind people that this is who they are. If there's probably some new people in here tonight, I'm sorry to recap, but that's kind of how.
Well, and we found out that we have quite a few Spotify listeners, so we appreciate that, and people that listen in their cars. So I'm going to read this for you folks. A real documented citizen search collective in Nogales, Sonora. Why they are viewed as credible. Citizen-led search collective based in Nogales, Sonora. Active before the Nancy Guthrie case, drew wider attention. Founder, leader, identified in local reporting as Ramona Guadalupe Ayala Ortiz. Participates in organized field searches and regional mass search efforts. Local reporting has linked the group to discoveries of human remains during search operations. Search efforts have involved coordination or support from authorities, including the Sonora Search Commission, AMIC, Guardia Nacional, Policia Estatal, and municipal police.
Very good.
I don't know. I fumbled. The group has publicly pushed back on false rumors and warned families about scams. And that's very important to note because a lot of these families that have missing individuals in and around the Nogales area have apparently been targets for people asking for money to search for their loved ones. So this group has publicly pushed back on false rumors and warned families about these scams. Bottom line, Buscando Corazones Nogales appears to be a legitimate and respected search collective. Their existence and work can be documented separately from any one tip or theory.
Yeah. So we didn't take their word for it. We actually made some phone calls, and I went online actually and took a deep dive, and I think it was recently, and she had actually mentioned it to us, but I went and found there's some news reports which are a little hard to read, even with Google Translate, but they have found and returned loved ones to families for a few years now. I think it's 5 or 7 years, something like that. And they were part of the other group. That was another point of confusion, if you want to clear that up.
So there was a group of ladies, mothers, is what they call themselves. And I think it was, I'm going to say the incorrect name, so I just won't say it. They were out there putting flyers next to Nancy's mailbox. They were also trying to get some soil or something. They were trying to search and ask questions and wanted to be a part of finding Nancy. I personally, and I think some other people thought that that was the same people that were receiving the tip. What we later found out is they used to be one large collective group, and there seemed to be a meeting of the minds and maybe a falling out. We don't know the specifics, but they went their separate ways. So there's two separate groups. So the group that was out at Miss Guthrie's is not the same group that was noted in large media as being the people that received this tip.
Yeah, interesting. But I guess they used to work together, and she said they didn't.
Well, Juan was the one that disclosed that.
That's right. Yeah, the first interview.
Yeah.
We haven't even shown you that interview that she had for about an hour with the PIO. He was like their public relations and information officer, and he was really good too. It was just the same information, and I even recognized some of the same Spanish that I saw in it.
Now, I feel like we should clarify that some of this, I don't know what you're presenting because you wanted me to, you wanted me to just rest this week, which I appreciate.
Hang on, Jennifer.
Oh, no. You hang on, Glenn.
So that was that. There's a little slideshow I made just kind of showing them work. We have some of the stills, and some of these pictures were sent directly from Ramona to us, and some of them were off of their Facebook site. And so that's one little thing about them. And then we showed you these pictures last week. We were just trying to establish kind of a foundation here
of where they're searching,
and who these people are. And again, not that
these are pictures she sent us. So
not that Nancy's there. It's just if she is, these people truly believe that the tip they received is right and true, and they're the people that usually you go to find out if it's a scam or not.
Again, people were asking me, do you really think these people are real? Don't you think there's, a lot of money at stake? Wouldn't they? That's not for us to decide. My question and why I reached out to them was that we saw it widely reported in, national media that these people were receiving a tip about potentially Mrs. Guthrie's body and its location. And Sheriff Nanos put out a statement saying, multiple statements saying that no tip is too small. We follow up on everything. You never know what we're going to need. I mean, he went through, multiple statements about they follow up on everything. Yet when this last tip came out from them, Pima County Sheriff's Office put out a statement saying, we're aware of the tip, and I'm paraphrasing, we're aware of the tip. The Mexican authorities have not reached out to us. They don't seem to think it's credible, but we're aware of the tip.
I played that video last week, and it's the one that a lot of streamers are using of Nanos. It's funny because he kind of stumbles on his words, but that's not why I play it. It's just because I tried to edit it where he's actually sounded better. I was trying to help him. But except for the circus music at the end of it, and that was just because the beginning of it's interesting. But anyway, he literally says no tip is too small. I wish I could do that like he does. Please call us. We know someone out there has the answer. That was, a few months ago. Well, last week, a few days ago, he did it again, verbatim, saying he knows that somebody out there has the information that they need. Please call with any tip at all. Nothing's too small. We'll chase down everything. And that was played actually during the countdown pre-show. If you were in there, you saw that probably. And I just kind of went, gosh, he said it again. But the truth is he may already know that this is totally bogus, but instead of coming out and just saying the tips in Mexico, we've checked them out, they're not true,
but they haven't vetted
they're
it.
searching, so we'll wait to see if they find anything. He's just basically saying that the authorities haven't called him yet. And I get it, it's a different country, but it's an hour and a half from the scene.
I mean, again, it's not our place to, I don't know what the protocol is for that.
Yeah.
All I can tell you is that first and foremost, we respect all law enforcement. We have law enforcement family members. We have first responder son and friends of his that we consider family. Law enforcement first responders are very important to us, and we respect everyone. The problem is, I think sometimes we have maybe a blind faith that goes into it. And when there's a large case like this and there's an emotional tug of your heart, whether it's a child or somebody like Mrs. Guthrie, who's 84 years old, I think you become somewhat emotionally invested, even though you don't even know these people. So you want to put your faith in the law enforcement that are handling the case, that they've got this. We need to sit back and relax. We may be frustrated like Brian, Glenn, if you're just joining us, Glenn's brother-in-law, his sister's husband, is retired law enforcement homicide detective. He was in for over 20-something years, a detective. So we reached out to him about some of our questions because you don't want to berate somebody if you don't know what the proper protocol or how things are followed up on. And he kind of got gruff with me, which I appreciated. And he said, "You
tells
don't
it like it is."
Yeah, and that's why I like him, because he tells it like it is. I don't need things sugar-coated. Just tell me what the deal is. And he goes, "It's not about you. It's my client, so to speak, is the victim. And the victim is what matters. So when the public wants to know this or wants to know that, that's not my problem. I have to lock things down to make sure that the integrity of the case is upheld." And so I intrinsically understand that we're not supposed to know everything. However, when media is reporting certain things, I think all of us still have a question mark. Are they reporting on this for clickbait, or is this really accurate? But when their own office comes out and says, we research every tip. No tip is too small. We follow up on every lead. It may take some time, but we follow up on every lead. Not only has he not followed up on this lead, he publicly said he has not followed up on this lead and doesn't plan on following up on this lead unless Mexican authorities reach out to him, which is why I was frustrated. I wanted more answers. So I just want all of you to know that I also followed up with Mrs. Ayala Ortiz, Ramona, and I asked her, since our episode aired, and we all know that I called the FBI on Sunday, maybe something happened. And she wrote back, unfortunately, no, nobody has reached out to me. So there's our answer. For whatever reason, their office does not take this tip seriously. It's just odd to me that he said that it may be something that doesn't matter to the investigation, but they will check it out and follow through and make sure that every tip is vetted. And apparently that's not happening with this one. So,
Yeah, and real quick, also, we were going to talk about, oh, welcome the Tucci family.
oh, thank you so much.
Okay, the map. To kind of give an overall, the Tucson's at the very top of the map where it says Tucson, but there was a little red marker and it got sliced off somehow. The circle on the bottom where it says Mariposa Unmarked Graves area is the search area. It's on both sides of the border, but she is specifically looking in the lower left quadrant of that circle. And then that's the statement from the Pima County Sheriff's Office back in March. And they still stand by that. And then I have it's a satellite map just to kind of show the
Every
over the
piece.
place. Thought I did. Map 2. I guess I got rid of the other map. Oh well. Well, if anybody wants to contact these people, this is the way you contact them. They do take donations, but they didn't really want any or
Well,
push
they
that
never
on us.
asked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we kind of found this and asked them if it was okay to post it.
Which I also found that to be more to their credibility. They didn't ask us to mention that they take donations. They didn't ask us for donations. Not once did it come up. In fact, they were surprised that we asked. And this is the picture that they gave us to show our audience.
Yeah, so you can rewind and
Yeah.
pause on that if you need to. The other thing I have is let me find it here, the Ramona interview, but it's down to 5-7 minutes.
Do we have to watch my face again?
Yeah, I mean, just stick with us because it's condensed now. You don't have to hear the Spanish except maybe a little bit where I couldn't clip it because then it did something else. But it may take a second to start here, so just bear with.
So does she think that this is someone from Mexico, or does she think that this is someone from Arizona that just happens to speak Spanish? I mean, could she tell?
Okay, so she said that the caller is for sure from Sonora because she said that he has an accent, that she can hear his accent, and that he has to know the place very well because it's a place that not very many people go to, and yet he can describe it in detail exactly where she has to be searching.
Why is it so hard to find the body if he's giving you descriptions that are detailed through 8 phone calls? Do you think you're getting closer?
It's a very vast area. It's a huge area they're having to search, and that he does
Okay.
give her details, but he'll tell her like, "Oh, you have to look for this tree with burnt roots." But that they found like 8 different trees with burnt roots, and so he's not giving them like an exact location. He's just telling them you have to look for this, but there's multiple of those things all around them. And then from there, they're searching multiple kilometers around that area that they have found. Um, but that this Sunday, the reason they're not
I guess you're going to want to talk about the burnt roots.
Well, one of the pictures, if you all noticed in the beginning, was a picture of just a tree. And it's like, why are you showing a tree? She sent me multiple pictures of trees because apparently the tipster has said that look for a tree that looks like it has burnt out roots, is damaged. And then she sends me a picture of the area that they're looking. And it obviously she gave me one example of many trees, but she said it's been very difficult. And this person has been insistent and has called, like we said, 8 times, not 2 times, 8 times. And every time it's a different phone number, she believes they're burner phones. When she's tried to reach back out to him, there's no way to reach back out. The phone number's no longer in service. So it's just a very, very vast area. And I think you had another picture, but if you can't find it, that's fine.
Well, I got it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the quote unquote creek. This is one angle that they showed us. And I go, that's not I mean, that's huge. And you can see there's many trees. And right now they're dealing with weather issues. They were actually going to go out last weekend, Sunday, to go look. And they've been having some weather issues. So anyway, I thought it was sad. I just thought if it was my family member, I wouldn't know how to navigate this. I would want somebody to help navigate it with me, how to either go search myself or get a group of people that may have search dogs, ground penetrating radar, or something. These are just a bunch of moms and volunteers that unfortunately have been exposed to missing family members themselves. And they're now volunteering their time to help others. So, it was disappointing to me. That was it.
Let's see what the next question.
Not having a search is for the weather. They can't have one because of the weather.
It seems random that they would pick an 84-year-old woman from from Tucson, and yet he said he just dumped her over there. It feels like, why does he care if you find her? Does she think he's watching them then? Or does she think he could even be part of one of the volunteers? Like, how would he know where they're searching?
So she said that the person is definitely involved with the Nogales mafia. That so she doesn't think that it's one of the people that are helping them search, because she says that they're watching them from afar, but they can't get too close because of their security that they have with them every time that they're doing their searches. That the first time that he called, she didn't really think too much about it. She thought it was just any other call. But then the second call, she asked him for more information in order for her to believe what he was telling her. And that's whenever he started telling them, like, oh, y'all are getting close. I'm assuming whoever gave them her body, they just told them to get rid of it, so to bury it, but that she's wrapped in a black tarp, is what they know. Um, and that they just got paid by whoever did this to her from here in the United States. They just got paid by them to get rid of the body and to just make it go missing. And she thinks
So they got paid by somebody over in, I guess, Arizona, to get disposed of the body. And, look, like we said, we don't know that this is real. We don't know any of that. We just find it unfortunate that law enforcement doesn't deem it something to be checked out. Now, my question on that, because of my personality, I'm not the type of person to go, oh my gosh. And, you know, I was joking around with my friend because I said it sometimes feels like we're, in the Salem witch trials. If we don't like somebody in this case, it's like, take them to the stake. We're burning up. It's like we want somebody to pay for the fact that they're not doing what their job or how they should be doing their job. So when I take a step back and instead of taking them to the stake, I go, why? Like, what is the reason? So if they haven't checked it out, then they don't know that it's not credible, right? I mean, that would be the assumption. If they have not vetted this tip, i.e., contacted Mrs. Ayala and her organization, said, can we see your phone records? Is there any, can we look at your computer? Like, however they get their phones, put a tap on it, something, or I don't know, work with the Mexican government, figure this out. Instead, none of that's been done. So I said to Glenn, I go, why? And have you ever heard of a homicide investigation where they already know where the body is and the public doesn't? I've never heard of that. And if there's a case out there, then please somebody tell me that, where there's a case where they have found the body, but it's been, sealed from the public knowing that they found the body. And then,
But also it's not this isn't about you and I. This is about the Guthrie family, and we truly want to
absolutely.
just help. I know she made a statement earlier about streamers, and it wasn't a positive
Oh,
one.
she did?
Yeah.
I didn't read it.
Oh,
I didn't see anything.
well. And I get
Shoot.
where she's coming from. Honestly, it's like your family's under the microscope basically, and you don't like people talking about it and whatever. So I give her total grace on that. It's just she doesn't want everybody trying to profit off of streaming and YouTubing and whatever. But why are you looking surprised?
Because she's on NBC.
I hadn't thought of that. Wait a minute.
They literally interviewed
NBC is like
the
the worst
Smart family.
offender of this.
I mean, I can think of many cases of missing people where their poor families were grilled
Do you see how we
for
work?
months.
I'm like, yeah, well, this is what happened. And she's like, wait a minute, what?
No,
Yeah,
I mean, she
you're
worked on
right.
court TV. She did crime stuff. I mean, look, I understand that this is not anything that any of us would ever want to go through in our own family lives and have our family dynamics and personalities under a
I
microscope.
can't
And
imagine what they're going
I mean, don't we all have family members that we'd rather not talk to? I mean, or claim? It's just, look, anybody that tells you that they don't have some weird stuff in their family, they're absolutely not telling you the
I think,
truth.
though, when you think
But
about it, she is a professional journalist. She's an attorney. She's one smart lady.
Right.
Honestly, look up to her.
agreed.
I'm not a fan of the Today Show, and when I say that, I hate saying that. It's not that I'm not a fan of it. I don't.
You're
watch
not a
it.
watcher.
Yeah, I
That's
used
different.
to. I've kind of just changed my habits, whatever. I love everybody on the show. I think they're all wonderful. It's just not something. So I don't know her that well, obviously. Like some people feel like they know her because they see her every day.
I see what you're saying.
It's not me, but I think she's one smart lady. I mean, to graduate at her level she did, to have a career she's had, it's amazing. And to be going through what she's going through and have enough courage to go online and do these things. And I'll get into that later, what I think's going on. But
I saw a chat. Enter, I didn't see it. I didn't have time. I knew you sent me something and said, watch it. I did not watch it. So
my point is, in her saying that, I don't want anyone jumping on her and going, well, look at this. We're
no,
YouTubers or whatever. I don't
course not.
consider us YouTubers. We're on Spotify, we're on Facebook Live. We do a lot of different things.
Nobody knows who we are except for you
Right.
guys, which we
But
appreciate. But
it's independent coverage is what we do. That's a better term for it. And it's member supported programming. In other words, not that we make money on this, but you guys, you tip us, you hit the like button, there's ads. We do. I mean, I don't mind sharing. We do make money. This is not why we do it. Honestly, we don't need to.
no,
But
we thought
do
5
it.
people would watch us.
And any money that we make is going to go back into us getting places and paying for files from courthouses and those kinds of things. This is costing us a lot of money as a family right now.
It costs the live streamers money.
That's what I'm
Gas
saying.
money,
That's
time away
exactly
from
what
their
I'm saying.
families. I mean, it's not just cost in financial. It's,
Which is big.
which is big. But
This
these people
equipment's a
are,
lot. It's everything.
there's a lot of people out in the freaking desert and heat and trying, packing waters and making the trip down there to try and search. And look, I don't care who you are. I think that many of us out there, if you're in the true crime community, have watched enough missing people cases where the family is pleading with the media, pleading with anybody to keep their loved one's name in the media, and so that it's still a topic of mind because they want their loved one home. So I'm sorry. I have grace for them. Absolutely. This is
Sorry I brought it up. We kind of digressed.
well, no, I mean, that's horrible. Nobody would want to be under the microscope. Nobody would want cameras outside their home and every aspect of their lives scrutinized from what they spend money on.
She may have a point. There may be some live streamers out there that are doing this for the wrong reason. We're going to move on to different stories. It's just right now we feel like
Isn't bad press good press? Isn't that what they always say?
this one's top of mind, and I feel like we can make a difference. And don't stop doing what you're doing. Anybody
Right.
else that's doing this with us, all the major streamers and all, don't stop doing what you're doing, because she may have said some things today. Because I saw it and I go, gosh, I hope people still keep looking for Nancy and don't take that as a stop doing what you're doing.
I don't know what she said, so I
she's under a
can't.
lot of stress right now, and Well, and also, I think that most journalists, real journalists, not independent coverage people like we are, they probably look down on us because we didn't go to college for, well, you did actually. You have a college degree that lines up to this almost perfectly. So,
But I'm not a journalist. You're not a detective, but your
no.
brother-in-law is. You know,
Yeah.
it's like we do
Yeah, but
have
it
somebody
has
we
nothing to
can.
do with me. It's just
No,
we have someone we can go ask when we have questions.
correct.
And he has straightened us up. I mean, the first thing, last time he was on, the crime scene being returned to the family early, he was fine with that. And when he explained it, I went, well, yeah, duh.
That
When
makes a little more sense.
they do
Yeah.
their job quickly, in and out of that house, any kind of blood evidence may slow them down a little bit, but not much. They know what they're doing. And there wasn't that much. The home was actually left in pretty good condition. You know, they took pictures and all the video and vacuuming, whatever they have to do. I don't know, but it was done.
Well, we
And
hope
they
it was
don't
done
want
well.
the legalities of holding someone's property, whether it's a crime scene or not. Now they're not going to release it. We know some crime scenes that we're looking into right now. They've held them for 5-6 months and had 24-hour a day security there, and they ended up doing that at the house post because they were having some issues. We found out if you watch some of the Nanos interviews this week, but we'll get into that later. Do you want to?
You keep whatever you have planned. I don't.
Oh,
You
this is
gave
my
me.
show
You gave
tonight.
me the week
Oh my
off.
God! Everyone hit the like if it's my show. I don't want to be blamed if it's not a good one.
Thinks that he might just feel sympathetic or feel empathy towards her because it's an elderly person, and she thinks that that might be why he's making these calls, is he might be feeling empathy towards her for being both a woman and then also being older in age.
Did he give a description of what clothing she would be wearing? Because my assumption is there could be a lot of people buried in black tarps. Did he give any kind of description of clothing that they could find on the body?
She said that she doesn't think that they messed with the body at all. That he told her that whenever they got the body, she was already covered up in that black tarp and wrapped up. But she said that he did say she had slippers on and that he had dropped one near where they had buried her, but that she had jeans, but didn't say what color, and that she had brownish, reddish hair.
My next question is, did he ever give a description or indicate if the people that gave him the body were also hired?
She said she didn't ask, but that she just wanted to know the location. That the only thing she asked was if he was the one that harmed her, and he said no. That that's how he was, or that's how she was given to him already. But that she didn't ask like if the people that gave him the body were hired as well, or if they were the ones that did the harm.
Interesting. Is he aware that the mother's that Nancy's daughter Savannah was offering money for her body?
She said that he hasn't mentioned the reward money at all, and he also he hasn't asked them for any money at all. The only thing that he's asking for them to do is to find her, that he wants them to find her body, that she thinks he's feeling remorse and he's trying to clear his conscience. But that he feels that she thinks that it's because he's feeling empathy for her being an elderly lady.
If this man was hired to get rid of the body, is he scared that he's being talked about in the news as calling in? I mean, like, is he scared for his own life?
She said she doesn't think he's scared at all because his identity has been kept anonymous, that every time that he calls, it's a different phone. She thinks that he immediately switches out the SIM cards and the chips like to the phone like as soon as he calls, because she said that she's tried to track him back, but every time that she has, it doesn't come back to any names, that it just comes up as an unknown caller. And yeah, that they have no way of tracking him, so she doesn't think that he's scared.
Does she think that, I mean, I'm assuming I'm just trying to figure this out. If he was hired by somebody in America to dump the body, wouldn't he be afraid that the Americans would know he's talking.
See, she said that the United States hasn't done anything to like search there in Mexico or anything like that, so
I
she
know.
doesn't think that he'll be scared at all.
Tell her none of us Americans understand it. None of us watching this that care about the Nancy Guthrie case understand why American authorities wouldn't at least try to look for her.
She said she thinks the same exact thing. She doesn't understand why they haven't even at least tried searching even if there's one little bit of chance. She says that like a lot of people there think that their organization is crazy for listening to these anonymous calls, but she says that even if there's just a little bit of hope of finding these people, they're gonna listen to them.
My other question is, when you get these tips to your organization about a location of body, how often do you get those and what is your success rate? Do you often find the bodies when you get the tips?
So she said that at least 16 times they've called her and told her where somebody is and she's been able to find them, but that sometimes it just takes a while that in she had been searching for these group of boys that had been missing since January, and it took her all the way until April to find the first of their remains.
Mm.
Oof.
So
It just hurts your heart listening to this.
thank
You
you,
know,
Elsa.
it's oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it just it's heartbreaking because some of the pictures on their site are children. I mean, children. It's just, whew, it's so sad. And I think that's why I had such a hard time last week. I think it was hard for me to hear that they're finding anybody. And one of the graves that they found was a mass grave, I think, of 20 to 30 people. So it's just, there's definitely a problem. And it's just unfortunate that either we have some political issues or otherwise that make it difficult to reach out. I want to give some grace. Maybe that's what's going on. I just wish it had been stated a little bit differently because the statement from Nanos's office basically said, because, oh, thank you so much.
You're in, Mab.
Thank you, Mab. That because Mexico's authorities had not reached out, they weren't going to pursue it any further. So, what else did you have?
Well, it's just
And thanks again, everybody, for supporting that interview and being so kind about it. I don't know what I was expecting. I didn't know if we were going to get pushback or like a 50-50. And it was overwhelmingly, I mean, I know it's dumb for me to count negative comments, but I think I got 3 to 5. That was it out of hundreds of positive comments, hundreds of keep going.
thanks, Chase.
Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much.
Love when we get members.
Golly, you guys, we're really appreciative.
It's fun doing the little videos for the members. And I saw a couple comments. Actually, it was in another streamer I was watching, and they said, "We love Thornbridge X Unfiltered, but we can't afford it over there
What?
because they charge a lot." And I thought, I didn't know what that meant, so I tried to get a hold of them. If someone's trying to charge you, I don't know how that works, but
It's free to watch.
It's totally
free to
free.
subscribe.
There's no charge here for anything other than being a member, but that's a totally separate thing. And like we don't come out with the breaking
thank
stories
you.
there.
Wow, gifted a bunch of memberships there. So I have to put my.
See, I didn't know.
Wow,
That's
thank you
cool.
so
Thank
much,
you.
Connie. That's really nice. Jeez,
Blowing our minds.
we appreciate it. So, yeah, I think the last week was just kind of interesting, just kind of processing it all. And I think there was some misunderstanding too. I reached out to other YouTubers through friends that reached out to me. They were like, I saw you and I know a mod or I am a mod. And wow, you guys were amazing. Really, really trying to help us out and just get the information out there and see if we should even present it on air. Unfortunately, I never heard back from those people. And I know they're super busy. They have large channels. So we move forward and we're going to keep our heads high and move forward on Nancy Guthrie and other cases that we're looking at. So we appreciate all of you that have been praising this interview. We really appreciate it. Also, I have to give a shout out to Crime Crunchies, Courtney. She apparently shared our video, and thank you to Inner Strength for letting us know that they shared it on that she shared it on her channel. The Juice also shared it on our channel, and thank you to Alicia who emailed me and said, "You're on to Juice." So thank you, Juice. That was so nice of you. And of course, some of you know that JLR sent me an email. Glenn and I were actually filming a member's video. And all of a sudden we got a text message and a phone call, and we were like, "What's going on?" They're like, "Check your email."
We were silencing our phone though. We didn't know till after.
Yeah, we didn't know. So anyway, that was very nice of him to invite me on and ask about the interview and try to get the word out. So we really appreciate it. And 857 Damien also said that he was going to reach out possibly to Telemundo and see if they wanted to talk to me about the interview. So we had a lot of people coming into our corner, and we're so new, and everybody has been very, very welcoming to the YouTube community. So we really appreciate it.
We really do appreciate it. And, I think that we've been.
Oh, thank you. Cajun Chick said she watched it on the Juice. And I'm so sorry if I'm missing some of you talking in the chat. I can't see it very well. I'm trying to look at the camera. So if I miss it, I
Are you
apologize.
blind?
Huh? Yes, I do not have my contacts in because I refuse. I need to go back and get better contacts.
So I was just saying that back to the way that people take care of us with the tips and the memberships and all that. We don't take it lightly. Like we are we've turned this into a business now. We're going full force, and we wake up every morning pretty early. Sometimes we try to sleep in and we can't because we're just so excited to literally come down to what's now, I guess, the studio. We took over the downstairs, whatever this place is. And
yep.
And it's full-fledged phone calls, trying to figure out how to make the show pleasing to the eye. We don't want to be overproduced. You have
worked really hard, and
we don't want to be overproduced. We just want to be produced. Because I know when I'm watching the stream stuff, if they don't do any of the cool stuff, it's still good. Like I don't have any problem. It's just I'm kind of a nerd, I guess. I just want it to be where it's pleasing to the eye and have fun when you watch it. And if you do give a tip or a membership or subscribe or whatever, you get some sort of little notification, and just make it fun and look good, and it'll evolve over time. And now we're going to be able to travel a little bit and hopefully hit some of the spots that you want to do some real investigative journalism. Again, we're independent coverage people, member supported programming. So that's kind of better than saying YouTuber.
Well, I appreciate all you've done to help with all of this behind the scenes stuff, because I am not that techie. Creative, yes, techie not. And you know what? Also, thank you so much to our awesome mod, Major Rammer Jammer. Boy, he's gone above and beyond, y'all, to help us out too and kind of give us some tips since we are new. So thank you, Major. You're awesome. And our son, Landon, has helped out mod. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, you guys. We really appreciate it. Yes, thank you. Yes, hit the like button. We really appreciate it.
That is confidential. Oh my gosh, 5 of them.
That is really nice of you. Thank you so much for gifting those.
Wow.
Our oldest son is a firefighter at a large fire station in Texas. And he was like, "I can't believe what you guys are doing. I 100% support you all." Our nephew, who's younger and is right in between, about to go off to college, was gone for the summer. And he said, "Oh my gosh, I knew, my mom said that you were starting this channel." And then I came back and went, "What the heck?" So even our sweet, young family members are proud of us, and that means a lot. And your sweet mom, my gosh, his mom, you guys, is sending us any news report she sees on the Nancy Guthrie case.
Very helpful this morning. Yes. I caught some of that was going on.
And a lot of our subscribers have too, so we're really grateful. So what else do you have tonight?
Well, it's up to you. We can watch another question if you want on Ramona, or if you're over that, you're over that.
I don't know. I think we should ask the chat. Do you guys want to see some more recaps of that, or are you guys over it?
There was only like 2 or 3 minutes left of it, but if they're not interested, they're not interested. If you want to give it a second and see, you can say yes, more Ramona, or just yes.
Tell your dad.
No, get lost, anything other than yes.
I have not told my dad yet. I probably should.
Tell your dad what?
I haven't told him we're doing a podcast yet.
What?
I don't know. I was
calling him right now.
No, I'm not calling my dad right.
Carol, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
We love
Welcome
subscribers.
to the family. We really appreciate it. So did they say yes? Yes, please. Yes, sure. Okay. And they're
Are you just being nice? Who was saying yes?
a lot of people.
Magma.
So let's go ahead with your last couple minutes of the
See?
interview.
Gosh darn it.
Nobody's going to know what that is.
Thank you, Lynn. That's so,
If you ever
I love
watched the old school Saturday Night Live, there was Ron's, what was his name?
Do you
Ron
see the
Smiley.
jewels?
Oh, thank
a
you.
little bit better looking.
Oh, yes. Drop some jewels. High five. Thank you so much.
Is that the same Rosa? She keeps dropping jewels.
Thank you.
You big
Yes.
old diamond. High five
Anyway,
back at you.
he used to say, and gosh darn it, people like me. It was the affirmations
What are you,
segment.
40?
Oh, I'm older than that. Anyway, we'll get back to the interviews.
Sorry.
Most of the time, the callers, they're right about where the bodies are. It just takes a while for them to find them.
Okay, one last question. When the person told her about the black tarp and the slippers and the jeans, that seems odd, is what I'm getting at. Did they give her any other descriptions of the clothing, I guess?
Sí, es pantalón de pijama, pues así.
Okay. She said it was they were pajama pants. That what she was wearing.
Oh, okay, so not jeans.
Yeah. No, it's because I had understood pants, and so
Oh.
yeah. But it was pajama pants what she was wearing. But they did, like, whenever she asked them about, like, if they had done any harm to her or anything, they told her no, that they gave her the body covered in a hotel comforter. That it was like the type of comforters that are in hotel rooms, and that then they put the black tarp around that, but that they didn't touch her body at all.
Okay, did they tell her what color the slippers were? Or because I know they mentioned that one slipper was left behind. Did they give a description on the slippers?
Asked for like more specific details, but he didn't specify any color of the slippers or anything like that. And she said that the area where it was is an area where there's already a lot of random clothes scattered
Oh,
everywhere. And yeah, and then especially also with the flooding, that the slipper might not even be there anymore, that it could have already like gone away with the water.
well, tell her thank you so much for agreeing to speak with us. And thank you for all that you do in helping search for people's missing and loved ones. We
Muchas
appreciate it too.
So that's it.
You know,
That was the condensed version, obviously, but
yeah, but being a new channel, not having, at that point when we asked for the interview, which was, by the way, we hit our 1 month mark yesterday.
we did.
Yes.
I thought it was July 3rd.
And I woke up this morning and I think we're almost to 120,000 views, you guys, in 1 month. I can't thank you enough. This has been incredible.
We got a couple more days.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, it was Friday. We went on a Friday before 4th of July.
Oh, that's where it's 31. Yeah, but it's July 3rd.
Yeah.
Today's August 1st.
Well, I'm just going by Fridays. Anyway.
How many more can we get in the next 2 days?
I know. Yeah, it's been awesome. But being a new channel at the time when I asked her, I mean, I was like, I don't really have any subscribers. I would love to talk to you. And Juan reached out and said, we'll do the interview. Absolutely. We appreciate anybody that wants to talk to us. And I just thought that was very, very nice that somebody respected us enough to give us their time. And, we're not huge. So it is nice when people give us their time to talk.
Just jumped 70 people.
And by the way, I want to thank Maga Mama and Lazy Days. Sorry, we were showing the video when that came on. So thank you so much for your super chat and the accolades and for, I guess one of them dropped jewels or something.
Yeah, God.
Thank you so much. Very nice of you. So yeah, so that was the interview. We had a lot of questions about just logistics, like, do you believe this? Why didn't you ask what kind of car they were driving? She already had said that he didn't tell her anything about who gave them or him the body. So I was also trying to tread lightly. I didn't.
She was pretty clear that she's very much protects the identity, and that's what keeps her phone ringing. The second she slips up and says the wrong thing, her phone will stop ringing, and she gets lots of calls. I mean, this is not even the only case they're working on. I think she had 4 or 5 others that she's trying to locate at the same time.
Right. So
Annette, thank you.
thank you so much. These jewels are awesome, and you didn't even know what they were.
I like the thing
One
that
of
comes
our-
out like
one
a
of
beautiful
our-
diamond on that thing.
I think it was just Aileen was like, "I'll explain it to you later, Glenn."
Help me out.
Well, I mean, it's so fun though. These are really nice. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh.
With this many people in here now, I wasn't expecting 510. So's it in the window there now.
Oh wow.
Thank you, Sherry Shane R41. Wow.
Oh, I didn't even notice you did that. That's really
It's
neat.
kind of hokey when I'm watching a stream and I hear someone do it, but now I know why. I'm so curious where everybody's from.
Oh, I know.
Is that goofy?
No, because you know what? There's a lot of Australia people that are watching, and my cousins. We
That's
have some
true.
cousins in Australia. Excuse me, I have a nose itch. And they call it Oz. They're like, "Here's your cousin from Oz."
You can
So,
tell they're in a different time zone because they're the first one in the chat. Like 10 hours ago, they were chatting.
in fact, one of them just wrote me. She didn't tell me I could say her name, but thank
Mona
you.
Lisa.
You know who you are. That sent me an email just a little while ago and said that it's morning time for you, and that you were thankful that I wrote you an email back. And I promise you, I'm trying to get back to every single email, and some of them they're longer emails, and I want to take the time to really respond. So if I haven't responded, I promise it's not on purpose. It's
Diamond Brush.
it's just
Thank you.
running out of time.
Joey
So
Woo.
thank you. Oh, my goodness.
So if everyone will put in the chat where they're from. Oh, they're already doing it.
Georgia,
Oh, yeah. Hey,
Ohio,
Georgia.
Texas, Canadian border,
Hey, Pine Knot, Yoder.
Arkansas.
Sometimes it's hard to read the
Hey,
names.
we're near the Ozarks.
Florida. All right. Been there. Used to live there.
Oh my
Tennessee,
gosh.
one of our favorite states.
Yep. My best friend, one of my best friends lives there. And of course,
Texas.
North Texas.
North Texas. We probably know you.
Yep. We probably know you, Jules.
HEB grocery store. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh my gosh. And I
They don't
miss,
have that where we're at now.
No, they do not. I miss it. And Kansas City, MO. Thank you, Jules. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So you're
Canada. Yeah.
Canada. Yep. We have some
Yep.
family
Niagara
friends.
Falls. Yep.
And your family from
Yep.
Canada and Maryland. Hey, so my stepfather lives
Went to
in Maryland.
college there.
I also have not told him, so I probably need to tell.
Alberta.
Oh my gosh.
That's one of my favorite places on the planet.
Oh yeah,
Oh
he
my
talks
God.
about Alberta all the time.
We've known each other 30 years. How many times do I bring up
A
Alberta?
lot.
It's just so, I mean,
Yes.
I thought I knew the Rockies by going to
Go
Colorado.
Dogs, Patriot Pride.
I went to Calgary where the Olympics were at one time and then drove Highway 1 or Highway 2. It's so easy up there to Banff and hung out.
Sasha.
And the water runs blue in the rivers there.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And then Lake Louise. And I just recommend everyone run up to Alberta if you can right now. It's the best
Okay.
time of the world country.
I saw Minnesota in the
North
chat
America.
too. We had a family member from Minnesota.
Northeast Texas.
And he lived in Owatonna, and he said when he was growing up, they would do some sort of like choo-choo train thing. Owatonna, Owatonna, Owatonna. I don't know. Anyway, I grew up saying that. So go Minnesota. There's some, oh wow, everywhere. This is exciting. Thank you guys so much. Oh, and Maine. Oh, I love Maine
This
too.
is kind of fun.
Kansas,
Topeka. We know where that is.
New Orleans, Indiana,
Maine.
South Carolina.
Maine's where we want to go.
South Carolina's on my bucket list.
So
I wanted to
is
go
Maine.
there this fall.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. I had some
Love
family
it.
from Wisconsin. I don't know why we both said it like that.
Someone says it's 101 in San Diego today.
And a balmy 76 in Florida. Florida. Awesome.
Indiana.
Wow.
Where was the shooting at just a little while ago?
Oh, I think it was,
I just saw Indiana. It made me think that's where I could be.
I
wrong.
don't know.
And
Alabama.
prayers out to any of the families affected. I just saw JLR had a
Yeah.
person on that's claiming that it was his uncle
Oh,
and aunt that were in the car. And
I'm so sorry.
I don't recommend watching that video. It caught me off guard.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
So Southwest Florida, Kentucky. Wow. And Banff. Yeah, Banff is incredible.
Hey,
Somebody
that's what I'm just
said.
talking
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, they said, yeah, but Banff is incredible.
It's just God's country up there. I was saying earlier that you're a Colorado girl. You know, the Rockies are one of the most beautiful jewels of the planet. And when you go to Calgary, you learn what Rockies really are. You're doing this instead of that.
Yes, I have definitely heard that.
And then there's
And Idaho, we have a lot of people from Idaho.
Moose,
They were saying
Bear.
Idaho was where the shooting was. Little
Yeah,
Falls.
that's right. It was
It
Idaho.
was.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Horrible,
Yeah.
horrible.
Please say some prayers for those families and people that witnessed it and the first responders responding to it, guys.
Yeah.
It breaks our heart that our son has to be those people sometimes responding to
We
these.
have Regis and Kathy Lee Energy.
What?
No, I
That's
did
funny.
watch them. That was the Today Show, wasn't? No, that was
No.
the Kathy Lee show. She came over to the Today Show. Yeah. Didn't
That's
she?
funny. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We love Kathy Lee.
Yeah.
Delaware.
My favorite part was when she would start
Love
singing
it.
because it was like church lady to me a little bit. It was just so funny. I mean, incredible talent. Just made me laugh a little.
Who?
Kathy Lee would sing on the Today
Oh,
Show.
stop. Everyone has a story.
Yeah.
And we love her though.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
No,
like
that was the
everybody's
song that Glenn just
cousin or
wasn't a
something.
huge fan of, but everybody does have a story, Glenn. So,
Oh,
yes. All right. So, what do you
Hopefully
have
good one.
next that you wanted to talk about?
that was
You
it.
told
Good
me.
night, y'all. Okay.
No, it's not.
So this week there were a few things in the news that I wanted to talk about, and it's related to Nancy Guthrie. So don't go anywhere. The first thing is everyone's interpretation of her Instagram post. I mean, immediately, we're all looking at it, and it did sound a little different, but you have to remember is to go on Instagram, being someone that she at her level in her career to do Instagram as a post is probably a little odd. She's probably used to all the studio equipment, sound checks, and makeup and all that. Well, she goes on there and she's raw in herself, which is interesting, and I don't know. I just feel bad for her.
Oh, it's heart-wrenching.
But I do feel like, and I don't think she's normally very scripted in her job, except when she's doing news reports, but I think that most of the Today Show, what she does is they have an outline, but I think it's a lot of banter and whatever. And she's interviewing people. She has prepared questions probably, but other than that, you kind of get to know who she is. And I felt like this wasn't really her. Like it was definitely.
Oh, it was definitely scripted.
There was they say method to the madness or whatever. There was like it was scripted.
Mhm.
So what I did is Jen let me do a graphic tonight, but it's at the end of this program that I wrote that will start and stop on
I'm not to hit my
when
microphone.
she is talking. Some of the statements that she gives, I counted 8. Some people are saying 9 or 10. I only count 8 that make me go, wait, let's stop and think about it and talk for a second, which we're going to do. And then it gets to the end and there's a summary. And the summary, when you read the 8 things that are pulled out of the speech, it almost makes another statement. Now, it's not like...
Yeah, you told me you did this.
It doesn't
I haven't seen
flow like, oh, she could have just said those 8 things and said, bye, thanks. It's not like that. It's just when you hear them in order, after going over them individually, it gets very interesting, I feel like. So... I don't know. So I'm going to start it, and let me get prepared here. I made some notes on my iPad.
Oh my goodness.
Because
this is a big deal, guys, because he hates school. I'm sorry, it is.
It was like book reports, really? I didn't understand that. I had to stand in front of the class.
Book reports.
I promise I read it. I didn't like it, but I'm going to talk about it.
I like book reports when they asked you to make like a picture to go with it. I was all in.
So what we're going to see here, not me, is Savannah Guthrie's Instagram video, and alongside of it is kind of the words that she's saying that pop out to me. So, another member, Tam DW13. Thank you. Inner Circle. Okay. So here we go. Bear with me because I'm going to stop and talk and you won't be able to see me, which is probably good.
I'm coming on today with a very specific message. It has been months since our mom was taken from us. Our family is in agony. We are in a nightmare that will not end. Nothing about our situation has changed.
Okay, right there. The first quote of 8 is nothing about our situation has changed. So in the most basic reading, Nancy remains missing, is what she's saying, right? But we feel like the situation is really broader than that. We still don't know where mom is what she's saying also. So whatever understanding you have, position or conditions existed, still exist now. It's just kind of like nothing about our situation has changed. It's like she's not talking to us. I feel like she's talking to somebody.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Agreed.
So that's the first quote. This will go pretty quick.
We have done our part.
That's another one. I couldn't put all that in one sentence. So we've done our part.
So nothing about our situation has changed. And what's the situation?
Correct.
And then we have done our part. And what is our part? It's all the little nuances, right? It's
Yeah.
the in between.
I mean, naturally, that suggests that people have parts, and she did her part. Right? So,
Right. But, I think we heard Harvey Levin say that there was no money put into the Bitcoin account, but I feel like that's a little naive of us to assume that she's coming out with this brand new statement that sounds very different than her last statements, I think. Maybe not very different, but it's definitely different. I wondered if maybe they got a new note with a new Bitcoin address. That was my curiosity.
well, we've done our part. I mean, that suggests that there's parts for other people to be doing, and they've done theirs. Now, it may just mean, the family has searched, cooperated, and done everything they can. I don't know.
Or paid.
But she immediately turns to you, creating a possible structure. We did our part, now do yours, is the other part of that sentence, in my opinion. And again, I've watched a lot of people dissect this thing, people a lot smarter than me that are, professional journalists. And I felt like a lot of them were not pulling this out of it. They were just going off saying, look how she looks, or look at her tone. And maybe because they're other news people and they're grading her on that. But I'm grading her on this. We've done our part. That insinuates there is a part that somebody else hasn't done yet, and she's done hers. She's like bargaining. Now do yours. There was a former intelligence law officer that came on some show, and he did notice this wording. And that's kind of where I started going, wait a minute, is there other words in there? So that's the key phrase number
But
2.
we will never stop looking for her. We will always ache for her and feel that hole in our hearts. The world can be a cruel and unforgiving place, and I know that you have tried to do things the right way.
So that's the third one, right? Yeah. I know that you have tried to do things the right way. That one kind of freaked me out. I don't know. She does not say, I hope there's goodness in you. She attributes past conduct to the recipient, like you have tried. Doesn't that sound weird to you? Like, I know that you have tried to do things the right way. Now, obviously, she's talking to somebody.
Well, it really kind of, I felt like, took me back to Harvey Levin's person that was like, I feel bad, or, that said, I just want this taken care of. Like, I don't feel like the original notes had real, like, I know you've tried to do things the right way. I don't think that second note said that at all. It's like, oh, well, you couldn't have done anything differently. Like, I didn't feel that they had tried to do things the right way. That to me sounded more like Harvey's note saying, I want, 30 Bitcoin or whatever it was to give you the camera, and I know the people.
Well, I felt like, I know that you've tried to do the right thing, or whatever this says there, tried to do things the right way. Like maybe she's just trying to be rapport building with someone that she doesn't know. But I don't really feel that way. When they get to the summary, it kind of lines up with, no, she's communicating with somebody, but she's got statements in there that are communicating to the general public, begging for help. And then she's got these in there talking to him.
I don't know. I guess I would have to have that second note in front of me again, because I'm just going by what I remember in my head. But to me, it reminds me of what I have in my head from the Harvey Levin note. But
yeah,
that could be me. That. I mean, I think that's the problem. None of us know which one they're taking seriously.
Yeah. Okay, that was number 3. And then there's...
Okay.
I'm asking you, begging you to do the right thing now. Make the right choice. Help us.
Do the right thing now. Make the right choice. I mean, that contrasts the prior behavior with the decision she wants in the moment, right? It's like, you've tried, now do this. It's kind of, I don't know. It sounds more targeted than generic. Well, whoever did this, please come forward. I mean, is that what she's saying? Or is she just making a general statement to someone hoping that they're listening?
Well, I don't know. 2 seconds ago, she said, I know you've tried to do the right thing. So now it's saying, do the right thing now.
Exactly right. Yeah.
So
she changed tone.
Tried to do the right thing. And then make the right choice. I just feel like they got a new note. I feel like we're trying to, dissect this into a million pieces to try and make it fit with what we know to be the notes. But this sounds a little different.
Yeah, when you hear the whole thing in entirety, after you've dissected it, you go, "Oh, she's hitting the points that somebody's told her to." FBI, Pima County. Well, apparently FBI, because she is not talking to Nanos right now, according to him. So someone's, I don't know. This feels like a professional told her somewhere, put these things in there. These 8 things. Maybe it's 9. I'm getting 8, but that's number 4.
Find
Okay.
her. Tell us where to look for her.
Please help us find her and tell us where we should look for her. Is that the doing the right thing, or is it something else? And then she's requesting a location, not simply just bring my mom home. Like, tell us where we can do it.
So doesn't that tell you they don't know where the body is then? And
Yeah, like maybe they should call the Mexican authorities.
at least rule it out officially instead of just blowing it off.
But if you'll notice too, this does not establish that Nancy is no longer with us. It says find her. I mean, we're all assuming that. I mean,
Well, here's the other thing. Can I segue a second when she said we did our part? Harvey said that the family, and I love Harvey to death, man. You have to remember that I look at, again, nuances. So Harvey is an attorney. Everything is said strategically. And I hate when I say strategic, anything it means makes me go strategery in my head. But
sorry.
I think there was definite strategery in what he said. He said that the family has not, or Savannah has not, deposited money into the Bitcoin account. What does that say to you? Very literally, right? The family has not deposited
Yeah.
money. Well, he offered to deposit money in his guy's account that called and may have had the photograph
Yeah.
or whatever. So maybe Savannah didn't do it. Maybe he did. Because he's like, well, I can tell you right now, the family did not. So I don't know. I mean, part of me wondered either they got a new note and a new Bitcoin address, or there's a chance that maybe we did our part. Like we worked with, you going through Harvey Levin, that you may have some information about where the body is and where, who the people that are responsible. But either that, or for, again, circling back, that it's the original 2 notes that we're aware of. What did you get out of it? What she said?
Well, you're about to find out.
Oh,
I truly believe it is never too late to do the right thing. Help us bring this situation to an end.
That one's strange to me too. Help us bring this situation to an end. She's definitely talking to somebody.
well, then the
right? We can
situation
all
is
agree
her
on that
mom.
now.
Yeah.
But she returns to the broader situation, not the word situation, instead of being very specific. Not release her, not return her safely, bring mom home, help us bring the situation to an end. Where is she? We've done the right thing. I know you're trying to do the right thing. Now do the right thing. It's just interesting, right?
For all of us, no matter where we've been and what we've done, I believe there is always a way home.
For all of us, no matter where we've been and what we've done, I believe there is always a way home. Now, my question here was, who is all of us? Who is she including in the all of us?
For all of us.
Humanity?
No matter where we've been and what we've done, I believe there is always a way home. Well, I think she's saying, ye who has not sinned, cast the first stone.
Correct. That's what
Right?
I think.
That's kind of what it says to me. So it's like we've all made mistakes. We've all have done things that we regret. Maybe not homicide and abduction, but I believe there's always a way home. So now the question is, do we take the word home literally, or does she mean home back to God and righteousness?
Well,
I don't know.
she places the family and the recipient of this information that she's giving out inside the same human frame, like where we've been, what we've done, like we're all in this together. But you know what's interesting to me is no threats, no condemnation, no police are closing in on you. And I think that that takes a lot. I know how I am. I'd be on here going, hey, look, you know what, skis.
Yeah.
Bring my mom home or I will hunt you down. I mean, that's maybe a male thing. I don't know.
What
but
did I
she's
say?
got a brother. I'm sure he's beating the walls. I don't know.
I was repeating, Tombstone. I'm coming after you, and hell's coming with me. I mean, I feel like that's what all of us feel like if that was a family
Right.
member of ours.
But instead, the
And I'm
rhetoric you're talking
paraphrasing. Don't
about,
quote me, but
this she's offering them to cooperate with these people, but she's first demanding that they morally surrender. It's just really strange. And is a way home less about a physical place, more about giving the person that she's talking to a way to end this? I mean, I don't know.
well, it sounds. I mean, look, this is the problem with stuff like this when you're, so focused on who the person is and the potential parties involved, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's power of suggestion on steroids. So it's like if you've been told that,
God.
this person is responsible for it, then you're like, she is absolutely talking about this person, and that's why she's saying this, and she's saying, come home, like literally. And because there's a lot of people that feel like this was absolutely directed at A&T, and she's saying, we've been in this together, like a familial we. I don't.
That's a good point.
I think there's
Kumbaya almost.
I think there's absolutely room for that assumption, but I think if we're reading into nuances in this, we know that she's a religious individual and her faith is a really big part of her persona, not only publicly but personally. So that also says to me that, ye who is not sinned, cast the first stone, and you have a way home to God and forgiveness. But I don't know.
And I'm sure she's getting advice, and it's probably absolutely correct from professional law enforcement that are used to like hostage negotiating type people, saying you can't just do what I'm saying I would be doing. But it's been 6 months is why I'm saying it. But obviously they're telling her you get more flies with honey, and turning moments into memories.
Thank you very much.
That's a cool deal. So anyway, I just feel like they're giving her advice. That's why she's not going off saying, bring my mom home, cuss words. She's trying to be not diplomatic.
Do I need to get you a water?
Maybe. But anyway, so that was, there's
Please
still
make
more
the right
left.
choice.
Hang on. Okay, that one came up pretty quick. Hang on a second. Make the right choice. So she's ultimately asking for a decision. She comes right out. Make the right choice. I mean, she's not really changing what she's saying, but the way she's saying it, it's almost like, that's why I feel like law enforcement wrote this. You know how they'll ask you the same question in 10 different ways, and you don't even realize they're doing it. I mean, hello, I've watched 48 Hours enough to know what I'm talking about.
Jesus.
So,
well, at least it wasn't Smokey and the Bandit.
It just, oh man, that's my favorite show. Anyway.
But it's the nuances, right? I mean, this is what we're talking about. Everything is strategic in what was said. So is that's
actually in my notes. It says
her
if you take
creative
it all
writing?
It reads like a carefully structured appeal to a specific person.
Yeah.
I actually wrote that down, and I feel like that's what it is. And now what's going to happen is a little, when she's done here, the summary graphic will pull up, hopefully automatically.
I'm loving these graphics, Glenn. You did a really good job.
So there's that. And it's a horrible picture of her. That's just AI Savannah. Sorry. Anyway, that was July 27th, a few days ago. But there they are, and it's a very specific message. And if you put it all together, the direct quotes where she was speaking directly to the person, I was going to read them all real fast. So it kind of becomes its own little, side speech that was actually going on. Everything else was like, no, this is a normal speech. Where's my mom? And by the way, it's 80 degrees out today. Bring my mom home. You know what I mean? It's what it felt like when you read the whole thing. But when you take all the fluff out, it says, nothing about our situation has changed. We've done our part. I know that you've tried to do things the right way. Please do the right thing now. Make the right choice. Please help us find her and tell us where we should be looking for her. Help us bring the situation to an end. For all of us, no matter where we've been and what we've done, I believe there is a way home. Doesn't that read like a totally different, like all the other stuff she said, the other 2 minutes didn't even need to be in there. But I mean, I understand why
So
she
wait a
does
minute. There's
it.
a bunch of words in between all this.
These are just the quotes, the 8 quotes out of the 3-minute deal. Yeah, it's like a totally different speech. And then what stood out to me was that it's definitely directed to someone. I think everyone agrees with that. I'm not telling anything you don't know, obviously. But what was weird is that she has a shared understanding with some major criminal element. Like, we've done our part. I know you've tried. She's implying that they've communicated previously or they have a mutual understanding through emails or something. She did focus on the location info, which I wrote that note down early. Like, where is she? You know, not just bring her home, but like, we'll go find her. We'll go get her. Tell us where she is. I need the location. She finally uses the word now. Like, let's end this now. There's a path to do the right thing. So she's appealing to somebody's conscience. What, conscience?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. There was no threats, no condemnation. So who is she talking to? That's who we're looking for, right? So obviously they don't know, or this wouldn't, it would be over.
Right.
Just, I don't know. That is just.
No, I really liked seeing it broken apart like that. That was nice in the segments because, I mean,
she was saying, I have a specific message, and it was to a specific person. That's Buscando Corazones.
Yeah, I think.
We've been hacked.
No. By your iPad dropping?
Yeah, we have a stream deck, if everybody knows what that is. And my gosh, if you look at it wrong, the scene pops up. Anyway.
Oh my gosh. We're seeing a lot of familiar names in the chat, everybody. Thank you so much for showing up tonight.
Is that good? Or I don't know.
No, it was excellent. And I think a lot of people have been, dissecting it I wish I had a better way of describing it. But breaking it down and trying to figure it out. And it's, I'm trying to think of an example. When I was in college, I was an English major for a while, and then I changed majors and ended up being a sociology major. But I did, what did she say? What did they say?
Get another one in 6 months.
Yeah, I hope not. But I had to take a novel course, and one of them was a Toni Morrison novel, and I still remember it to this day. It was called Everyday Use. And it was really interesting because in the book, I got so many symbolic things out of it. And it was, to paraphrase, it was basically they had a quilt that was made from all these different scraps from aprons and people's clothing from special events that the mother put together. One daughter went off, and was kind of fancy schmancy, and the other daughter stayed behind and didn't have as great of an education. And the daughter that went off saw it as just something fancy to have, she wanted the quilt, but the other daughter understood that every little square meant something really special, and it was for everyday use, and it was about everyday use, and it was like their life story. Well, I remember that my professor at the time, loved Dr. Soros. He was awesome. And he was a Harvard professor that had been visiting at the college that I was at, and the English professor. And he called me up to the front of the class, and he goes, "I want you to tell everybody about your symbolism that you got out of it." And I was like, "Oh shoot, I don't like being singled out like that." But what was interesting is I go back to my chair, and I guess that's why I remember this so much, is there were two ladies in there that were a little bit older, going back to college, and they're probably my age now, but they looked at me and they go, "How the heck did you get that out of that book?" I thought it was just a stupid quilt. And I thought, there are some of us that
Not me.
get symbolic things out of the notes that have been shared, whether it's from, the kidnappers or the abductors or Savannah's notes and messages that she shared. And I don't think that we're naive enough to think, yeah, thank you, Joan. She said, you did a good job. You did.
Everybody knows that I control this now because all I've done is put all the great job notes up while you've been talking. And look, there's this one I didn't put up.
Oh, thank you.
Because
Thank you.
This is more important.
That's more important. But you know what I mean, though? I think a lot of people are wondering. I don't think we're naive enough.
Look at that one.
Thank you, Church. He said you did a great job. You did. Yes.
I put it up like
Where's
10
Adam
times.
saying, we're proud of you. We're proud of you, Glenn.
He is proud of us.
Yes. No, I'm talking about you for all your graphics. But I think, okay, tell me in the chat. One, if you think that the FBI 100% wrote every one of Savannah's, I guess, what do we call them? Reels or social media messages. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that the FBI helped her write that. And put a 2 in the chat if you think that this was all Savannah's doing. FBI's not involved in responding.
Can you say it one more time? Because you're not going to believe this.
What?
I wasn't listening.
1. No, I am. You've got a lot going on. 1 in the chat if you think that the FBI helped Savannah produce these online messages, or 2 if you think that she did this all on her own. I am so proud of you, Glenn. Adam said.
I just put 1 in there for us.
Yeah. See, I mean, so this is when
Thank you, Adam.
You wish that you had someone from the FBI that would decode this. We need a decoder pen. We need the Ovaltine decoder pen for this. And I'm so proud of you, Glenn.
I love their logo.
I mean, I really feel like we need the decoder pen because there's a lot of stuff in here that I feel like is a lot of strategery. There's a
Mike
few 2s.
Too.
Yeah, there's a few 2s and a 1.5. Okay.
I know what that means. Not sure.
Like
but
maybe she added her own nuances. That seems to be the word of the night from me. So,
but what about
Savannah wrote an FBI overlooked? Could be.
But what about
decoder pen? Yes.
What was I going to say?
I don't know.
Your question was if she had help to write it or not.
Right. Here's your water.
My question was, I don't know. If she had help.
Well, I mean, she's obviously a writer. She's obviously a journalist. She's a lawyer.
Yeah, she's a good writer.
I feel like, I mean, if you're going to talk about strategic ways to, a lot of people were breaking down even Derek Collella's complaint, the court documents. There were certain things that were like on or before. Well, what does that mean? It's legal jargon, right? So I would think that there's ways of saying things without saying things that a lot of lawyers, I mean, look, you love them and you hate them. You hate them when they're against you, but you love them when they're on your side. So I feel like they absolutely have creative ways of getting information across that sometimes is saying it without saying it.
Yeah.
And then now you've got FBI involved, which like you were talking about from the ones that we talked to, all 4 of the people that retired FBI people that I talked to wanted to talk to me. But when I said, let's go on the show, I don't think they realized that we would be talking specifically about the case, even though I literally told them it's about the Nancy Guthrie case. And then they said, we just don't feel comfortable, especially the ones that I contacted were specifically for hostage negotiation, missing people, abductions, kidnapping. So this was their specialty, which is why I wanted to talk to them. And they said they didn't feel comfortable, that they felt like anything that they said could possibly hurt the investigation, which I completely understand and respect. Having said that, I wonder if any of them would ever tell us if this is like a behind the scenes, like if they could read into it and if they would want us to know.
I feel like she was definitely like
FBI would be approved. Holy moly. Thank you, Rita.
Like
Said they would be approving.
She was probably at home or her office, or it wasn't like she was anywhere and over prepared for it. You know what I mean? She didn't look like she was going on air.
Does she ever?
Yeah, I mean,
No. These
What do you
people are
mean?
so seasoned. You could, I mean, okay, do you remember when Jen Lilly was in our living room in Texas
Mhm.
and she was running late? We had, if you guys know who Jen Lilly is, she's an amazing actress, and they were filming some Hallmark thing in our living room in our last house. And she was running late. It was not her fault. Her flight had got in late. There was all sorts of chaos. And they were like sitting and waiting for her. Then she had hair and makeup, all this stuff. And they're like, here's the lines. And they're like, I'm so sorry. I mean, we kind of are on a time crunch. And she goes, no problem. Totally professional. Read it in 2 seconds, summarized it, practiced it twice, and got it on the first take on every single take they did. I think when you're a seasoned professional that you're used to, especially for breaking news, I mean, I don't, this didn't seem rehearsed to me, but I also absolutely believe it was scripted. So you're saying you don't?
No, I'm a 1.
Oh, well, then I don't understand what you were saying.
I don't feel like that. I feel like they may have wrote it for her, but she did it in her own time or
Or written it.
something. Rodiated it.
Or written
But
it.
then she did like she wasn't at the FBI world headquarters broadcasting this. It literally was just her on her phone on Instagram at her own time or whatever.
Oh, thank you so
Sleepy
much.
Panda.
Sleepy Panda. I love pandas,
I gotta
so I
figure
love
out a
that
better name
name.
for mine.
I love everybody's creative names. Thank you so much.
Oh, someone said I'm pretty. Oh, Jaylene.
You are pretty, Glenn.
Yeah, no.
Pretty funny
Yeah. So
and purty.
the other thing that happened this week is I'm not going to put the whole letter up here. I think this is the letter. If it's not, I'll be embarrassed. It goes 3 pages where it says if anyone is acting different, like your neighbors, friends, cousins, uncles, anyone's acting different, to turn them, let them know. If someone's travel's different, if they're, cars in the yard, whatever. I don't know. But this is just the first page of the letter where they released the 2 ransom notes.
You know what stood out to me on this note?
Oh, you read this?
Yeah.
Oh.
I only read it once, so I'm not like totally like
Yeah.
memorized. But what stood out to me is Nancy was last confirmed at her residence in the Catalina Foothills neighborhood in Tucson on the evening of January 31st.
Yeah.
Did anybody else find that a little odd?
A&T dropped them off that evening. They're agreeing with that.
But that's my point, is they were, leading a lot of us to believe that, like, what I'm trying to tell you is this proved my point. The pacemaker is not proof that she was home.
Yeah, but
on the 1st, which is she went missing the morning of the 1st, which is anything after midnight. So she went missing at 2:30 something is what everybody kept saying. But what? What?
Nanos had, 3 or 4 interviews this week after not having any for months. All of a sudden he's on the world tour this week. And he specifically said on the one I had today, I was watching, I actually did a clip of it, but I didn't want to show it.
Why?
Basically, you saw it yesterday from somebody else. We were watching, you had something on the TV when I was doing some work, where he specifically says, basically, leave the family alone. Not that they've been cleared, but they are victims in this. And he was very adamant about it. Like, stop talking about them online. And me went off for a minute. Like he said, I can't be more clear. Nothing's changed. The family is not under investigation. We've totally investigated them. And then he went on to, just like the other 2 people that we, have investigated. But obviously, apparently, the way I read it too is the other 2 people, Luke and the other Carlos, that they were far from cleared. Like he was pretty adamant about they're still looking at things.
Well, I found it interesting, to the contrary, that the only news broadcast, and please correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, I don't mind admitting when I'm wrong.
Do it, you won't.
That the only broadcast that I saw him say anything about the family being victims was NBC.
Oh, I don't know which one it was watching because it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Wrong with the numbers. It just jumped to 601.
Why is that wrong?
Because it usually, I put that up so people can see too. That's how many people are currently watching.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually, we've had 1,400 last week, but that was because we had Patriot Pride here. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, I see Alex doing this.
400, And then it'll be 403, 47. It's going 400, 600, 400, 490. It's
People
like,
may be eating dinner late
No,
or
it's
out
like
and
not,
stop
it's
in
too
and
much
I'll
of a coincidence, Jed. That's not how
watch it
works.
later. Well,
YouTube's
anyway,
analytics are just anyone that's got their own channel.
yep,
you know,
NBC.
crazy.
Yep, NBC is a victim. See, that's what I'm saying. Only NBC's broadcast that I could find. And
I think I heard you
again,
mention that
if
earlier.
you guys find to the contrary and find him talking about the family being a victim on another broadcast, let me know, because from what I understand, all the other broadcasters that shared World Tour, Glenn.
You know, what is it called? They have the book tour, basically. He's like being interviewed by everybody and their 17-year-old.
It was the 17-year-old that made him look bad. And that kid was freaking amazing. And all of a sudden, everybody's like, wait a minute, you gave him an interview, but you didn't give us an interview. So I think it opened the floodgates.
I'm in line. I called to get one.
What? You really did?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I've got his phone number. Everybody does. That's what he's complaining about today. It's not really his phone number. Come on.
Well, I just found it interesting that on the other networks, specifically, he said that no one is cleared. And that's why we were all kind of like, wait a minute, what? I thought, and he said anybody that we had search warrants for, that that we, searched their residences. Well, we all know that family was part of the searches and there were warrants. Car was taken, house was searched. We all know that Nano said they were cleared. So a lot of us were like, okay, they're cleared. But then I went back and looked, and the FBI, when they were asked about them being cleared, I couldn't find anything where the FBI, in fact, I think I saw one where they said, and don't hold me to it, but I'm pretty sure that I saw one where they said no comment. So that's where it stood out for me. And then here we are, we're hearing nobody's cleared. And I'm like, wait a minute, nobody's cleared. And he's going back on anybody that was searched. And look, we may not have arrested anybody. We may not have done this. And it's because we may have seen circumstantial evidence, but not enough evidence to arrest somebody, which is what Brian told us. But then, oh, thank you so much.
DM. That was available? Oh, it's got the 5013 on it.
But then we see
Great name.
NBC says they're victims. I'm like, but you just said that nobody was cleared. So, I mean, I don't know.
So in the news this week, we had the Savannah Guthrie video that we just went over, and the 2 ransom notes, which that first letter was just the letter that was, they were wrapped in, basically. But here's the first letter, the first ransom note. Ransom note numero uno. Hello, Savannah. Everyone thinks that's so creepy. I think that this is somebody that doesn't speak English, or they're outside of the United States. And this is, you can dissect this thing 7 ways to Sunday, but she is safe but scared. I mean, duh. What do you think? She's not scared? Come on. She'll be held for ransom, and once payment is received, she will be released unharmed.
Oh.
We will be holding her for a maximum of 7 days. You will need to send Bitcoin in the amount of 4 million USD.
Weird.
You pointed that out earlier. I didn't really think about it until you said it, and now I cannot get that out of my mind.
Well, and
let it sink in a minute.
And she is scared. I mean, that's trying to invoke fear and emotion instead of it just being, we got yo mama, send me this much money. It was
the only time I've ever used USD or whatever denomination is when long time ago when we were in the airplane business.
Yeah.
Because that's a transient kind of business. You have clients all over the world.
Right.
And I got used to doing that. What was it, 25 years ago? Since then, I don't think I've ever said USD once, except for,
like
investment something or other. I don't even know that. So whatever.
I mean, I would never say, yes, if you want to buy one of our mugs, it's going to be, this amount in US dollars. Yeah.
We're in America. They're in Tucson talking to another American. So that was just kind of weird to me. The USD before 5 p.m. on Thursday, the 5th. If payment is not received, the ransom will be increased to 6 million USD again, which will need to be paid by 5 p.m. on the 9th. Once payment is received to Bitcoin address below, she'll be released within 12 hours of deposit to a safe drop-off location back in Tucson. So he's trying to claim he's not in Tucson. Right?
Interesting.
And it also says she'll be released within 12 hours of the deposit to a safe drop off. That's just bad English. Bad English. That's bad English. It's bad English. Released within 12 hours
You
of
need more
deposit
water.
to a safe drop off location. So is it going to take them 12 hours to get there, or they're going to release her in 12 hours within 12? They're going to bring her there within 12 hours.
Oh, so pause. Someone said, Dana W647 said, someone else said, and I'm sorry if I didn't see the other one, that when you're dealing with cryptocurrency, it's common to say USD. I did not know that. Is that true?
Well, it does say Bitcoin before it. Bitcoin in the amount of 4 million USD. I don't know. I've traded a lot of Bitcoin. I've never had to say USD. But I have had when you put it in the wallet. So maybe it is something like that. I don't know.
Interesting.
I'm not a big Bitcoin trader. I don't want to sound like I'm someone I'm not. But I will say real quick, in 2010, my very young children came to me, both of them. How old were they? So 10 and 8 or whatever. Dad, there's this thing called Bitcoin. You can go mine them. Our friends are mining them. So
they had a
go on there.
PowerPoint presentation about this, by the way.
Buy, if you'll just buy a couple thousand Bitcoin, it's only going to cost you like whatever it was, $10 or $15. And I'm like, I don't even know how to do that. And I was trying to teach him a lesson. And so that $800 million I'd have right now. Oh, God.
Well, isn't that always the way, though? I mean, hindsight's 2020 is a saying for a reason. So, but that's interesting on the USD, though, being
that could
for
be
Bitcoin.
It. See, that's why we have you
I have
guys.
an ocean background. It's very interesting. Can anybody else see that?
It's the desktop in this.
Oh, I didn't know.
Well, no, they're not seeing that. They're only seeing the white part.
Oh, okay.
See?
Oh, okay.
So anyway, let's see. 12 hours. If payment is not received by the last deadline on Monday the 9th, which was 5 p.m. on that day, she will be killed. Jesus. Your mother is aware of this, and her life is in your hands. I mean, this sounds like an episode of Crime Story or something. It is in the best interest of everyone, to have this completed as soon as possible. You will not be able to contact me from here on out. There will be no negotiation. Do not play games. Law enforcement will not be able to help you. She had a white smartwatch on the floor of the foot of her bed, and the white floodlight in the backyard was destroyed. Like, those two things are the only things they could come up with to prove. How about she has a GE microwave with a burrito sitting outside of it? Don't tell me about a watch on the floor, which anybody looking in the window would have been able to see it if that was seen. Or, you know how the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon works? Mm-hmm. He said 1,500 people working at that department. One of 17 officers that were in that house may have said something to someone.
Yeah, don't get me started on that.
So that could have been a leak about a watch, whatever.
They had a massive leak problem at that.
I know the timing. People are going to jump on me about the timing of the smash light in the back because they're saying drones were catching it, and now we're finding out this note may have come in before the drone footage was hitting the air. I haven't checked that out yet. I was doing that before we had to go live.
It came in the morning of Monday. She went missing Sunday. Yeah. At least that's what I understood.
But maybe that's why they feel these are real, because they know that no one knew about the watch or whatever, and the timing of this. I don't know. But was the watch on the floor? Will they at least tell us that? Have they told us that? They won't. And then,
well, apparently that was the portion of the note that they felt like was significant because it was something that nobody else would know, and it was at the foot of the bed.
And then what does it say about the watch?
I think it sounds like they threw it on the floor or it was
Smart
tossed.
Watch. Like, it doesn't say
Apple
Watch or... I think Moon Magic. Are these people changing their name?
Thank you so much.
Is that it, or is that really someone with a cool name?
So we have a Moon Magic and a Summer Moon.
11's a good number too. So anyway, that's it on that one. And you can tell it's some email form thing they filled out somewhere, to get on there.
And you guys are going to have to forgive me because I did not look this over, but I thought I read somewhere that there was, oh yeah, it's right there. If payment is not received, look at that, it's spelled wrong. So yeah, but
it is spelled correctly when it says once payment is received.
Yeah, it's spelled correctly on the other spot too. There's one mark before that too.
Is there no spell check on this website's form?
Because if payment is not received, that's spelled correctly, it will be increased, blah blah blah. And then once payment is received to the Bitcoin, that's spelled correctly. I thought I heard there was a misspelling, and that there it is.
A lot of the major experts, when I say major experts, I mean people that have been doing this a long time. And actually one of them is still doing this. Like someone they asked.
Okay.
I just don't want to give any names yet. Anyway, he said that it's rare for a kidnapper to say, you will not be able to contact me. And I figured, again, I watched a lot of shows, but not on 48
you
hours.
can't have a burner phone or
Don't
something?
they always say this will be the last time? It makes you want to just go give the money and be done with it. But apparently that's not how it's normally done. First of all, this is really rare now in America. In other countries it's not, but here it's rare, which is another Mexican connection point to me. It's a kidnapping. That happens 30 times a day in Mexico. Doesn't happen here.
Well, don't say exact numbers. We don't know. It just happens a lot.
Yeah, maybe one time a year. I don't know. But it's more than here.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, this was
That's
obviously...
Mustang Sally.
What?
I think it said Mustang Sally.
Oh, shoot. I missed it. Oh, yeah. Mustang Sally. Awesome.
See, the delay is good on the other monitor.
Yeah.
Catch that.
I don't know.
Mustang Sally.
I think there's other people saying things maybe in the chat that I haven't seen, but I don't know. The deadline, all of it. It's just, I mean, I can't imagine being a family member and having to go through this. It's just absolutely gut wrenching.
It's just,
and I'm sad that she feels like YouTubers or are bringing her grief. If that's what she said, I haven't seen it. No, so you actually read it?
Yeah, weren't we told today that both these notes did come from the same person? They verified
the same. That? Okay, I have not personally verified it. I've had several people email me and let me know that it came from the same IP address. So it's, to me, it sounds like they paid. And
yes, people are saying that in the chat. I see that.
And
then here's the second one that came in.
Guthrie family, we did not fully grasp the seriousness of her physical condition. Really, she's 84 years old, blood thinners, a cane, and you knew all this when you took her out of the house. We never intended to hurt her. That was not our intention. We never intended to hurt her. That was not our intention. Well, you already said that. We never intended to hurt her. That was not our intention. All right.
But harp on that for a second.
Yeah, it's just
you never intended to hurt her. You said you were going to kill her.
Well, I know.
They didn't intend to because they intended to get the money. So we didn't. Yeah, it was
because we thought you were going to pay up without a proof of life. She's Christmas.
She perished shortly after she was taken.
So it perished. Everybody's been harping on because I think the last time we saw that word was in, probably some Shakespeare novel.
What else do you say? Perished. She died?
Yeah, she died.
They were trying
They said, we're going to kill her.
They were trying not to be harsh. I feel like the letters are definitely different flavors. Like the first one is, give us the money. If you don't, it's more. And then we'll have her back in 12 hours once you pay, or we're going to kill her.
Yeah, we never intended to hurt her, but she was bleeding all over the front porch. Sorry about that.
Well, no, but I'm saying the first letter is, we're going to kill her if you don't give us the money, and it's going to go up. It's all negative, negative, negative. Then you get this, oh my God, we're so sorry your mom died, and we didn't know how bad off she was.
Well, that's why, like Dr. Bricado was like, this is two different people. He thinks this one's female, the other one's male.
I mean, it goes on even more.
I kind of
buried with nature. I mean,
I'm not an expert. I'm not Dr. Bricado, but I think we can all tell that the tone of the two notes, the wording of the two notes is completely different personalities.
Basically, it's not your fault because nothing you could have done would have changed it. In other words, she passed early, probably. We want your family to know this and hope you can find peace. We are truly sorry.
Yeah. I hope you can find peace with the fact that we kidnapped your mother. She died. We were threatening to email you, unbelievable. It does sound like two totally different people. It sounds like the second note person was not even in the room with the first note person. And then was, if we're going to play armchair psychiatrist or psychologist at this point, and I think other people have said this as well, I personally believe that the second note sounds like, so if I get caught, remember I said this. That's what it sounds like to me. It's
So
like if
strange.
you catch me and I tell you that that was my note, so are you going to still put me in jail for like my whole life, or just
I don't know.
do I get at least parole?
So
You
we
know,
had those two are the major things. The other third major thing was all of the interviews that Nanos was doing, but I didn't want to put him on. I was trying to find things that we would find interesting, but it was the same thing all over again from a few months ago.
well, I think
They don't know anything.
it's
That's what he's saying.
interesting to other people that aren't as intensely obsessive as most of us are about this case, to the point where I have a feeling if I were to go back over and look at every single thing in the chat, people are going, yes, I was saying the same thing, these weird words and these weird whatever, and making the same assumptions, because we're all, I believe that most of the true crime community are people, I think there's some like you that aren't, and that's not a cut down, that are a little less detailed. Like I'm extremely detailed to the point where if my sister's watching, which I think she was a minute ago, she used to mess with me. We had to share a room at one point and we had our own separate day beds, and I was very, very neat, and she was not. So I one afternoon decided I had had enough, and I took duct tape and put it down the middle of the room, and I said, this is your side, this is my side. Do not touch anything on my side. And then I came home from school one afternoon and I had my bed made like a specific way. I was very proud of all my accent pillows. And this is high school. And one of the pillows had a specific design on it that was very obvious that this was up and that was down. Well, I came home and I went, did you touch my pillows? And she goes, there's something wrong with you. Like nobody notices stuff like that. So I'm extremely detailed, and I feel like a lot of us in the true crime community are, which is why it drives us, bananas when people try to act like we didn't see something. We absolutely did. So stop acting like we didn't notice. You're talking to the wrong people. We absolutely notice. I feel like Brian said, we're not supposed to know what's going on. It's none of our business. The client right now is the victim and the victim's family, and trying to figure this out for them to get this resolved. So I guess it's as Landon so politely said to me one day. I said, can we talk about, what's going on with so and so? And he goes, it's none ya. I go, what is none ya? And he goes, none ya business. Okay. So and he's totally joking, but I think it's none of our business. So as much as we want to know, I'm going to throw a theory out there. I think they got another note. I think it was either through Harvey or something else, which is why I don't think it was very, I think it was plainly obvious that Harvey Levin on TMZ was literally crickets when she gave her online social media post on Monday. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but I was like, oh, I'm going to TMZ. What is TMZ saying? Nada. Nothing. Absolutely zero, zilch, nada, nothing. Did you find that interesting?
I find the whole thing so baffling.
I think he's the one that got the note. And I think that that's why he strategically said that the family did not pay anything. I think he got a note. That's my theory.
You're sticking to it.
And I'm sticking to it. 100%. Good point about the USD, and I agree, performative. This is Bumfuzzle Boo. That is a great name. I don't know if I could say it fast. Okay, a minute, my connection went out. Okay. Okay. So start reading some of the chat, I guess, and see what everybody's saying. I'm getting on resentment being just what? I missed it. You're going to start pulling people over into so we can see what people are saying?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
And then I can't believe it, folks, but we're actually going to be done by 9 o'clock.
That was the plan.
That was the plan. 2 hours. So you all can actually have a hip hopping Saturday night. What do the kids say these days? I'm sure it's not that. And if our son is watching, either one of them, they're mortified right now. It's fine. That's our job.
Oh, we're back to talking about a tipster here.
Okay.
Tipster is
So
real,
let's see.
It'd be good to know.
This is the Chuga Nuts 5072. If the tipster is real, it would be good to know if he was hired in advance. Well, you went too fast. I wasn't finished.
You weren't reading.
Well, I was trying to see if he was hired in advance, which would likely mean the first ransom letter was probably bogus because she would have likely been dead for the jump. Yep. I personally think this was a hired hit. That's what I think. The reason, I don't know. I think it looks targeted. I think it looks performative. I think I think the ransom notes may be from the actual people, but I think they're fake. I couldn't agree more. A ransom note came many hours after media reported that there hadn't been a note. It's an afterthought. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really do. I feel like they may have been from the actual abductors, but like you all are saying, like an Army vet and I guess Inner Strength, they're saying that like it's an afterthought and like, hey, maybe we can squeeze, some money out of these people. I think when I saw the video and I was obsessed laying in bed after recovering from surgery, because that's when she had gotten abducted and I just had surgery. I was in bed for 6 weeks. So I was like, this is unbelievable. I mean, I just couldn't believe that this could happen to an 84-year-old woman, let alone Savannah Guthrie's mom, which that still bothers me that they were there in November, meaning NBC, her security staff, doing this expose on her the November before she goes missing. And we're going to bring your mom on camera. We're going to, have your sister there. So nobody on the security team thought we're kind of letting people into their lives here in Arizona. And maybe we should do a once over on their homes and just make sure everything's good. I guess naively, I thought that was the deal. I mean, I know that we've heard, I think it's Jim Fitzgerald has talked about working with NBC people in the past that had stalkers and all this other stuff. And, look, they have security staff that kind of goes over these things. And I mean, just being on YouTube, I've heard of people going that they've locked their stuff down. They've made sure that their homes are secure, their identity secure. There's all sorts of things that they're concerned about just being a YouTuber, let alone a Savannah Guthrie, part of the Today Show. So my thought would be you're kind of bringing your vulnerable mother and your sister and I mean, maybe I'm naive, but I thought maybe the security people would go over her security and check it out. And now we know not only did she apparently not have security, like even an alarm system, at least it doesn't sound that way. And if she did, then somebody knew how to circumvent it. But then there's also, the Ring cameras that had no subscription. And it sounds like there's a bunch of cameras that weren't even hardwired or anything else. And I just...
something else that was in the news this week?
Sorry, that was my blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, it was. Watch this. So they're saying that this was officially before. Before we were all saying we thought he said it, which I thought he did say.
Should I do the Debbie Reynolds told you so, told you so, told you so?
Well, and also,
Sorry, that was a little...
All right.
That was a little rude.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. My gosh, we're getting a lot of members. That's really nice of you.
Arrow here because we all have kind of seen it now. You have to be on a TV or zoom in, but he's carrying something here. People haven't seen this before. And we always thought it was kind of like coming down about right here into his leg because you can see right here where...
Yeah, looks like a duffel bag, like a small duffel bag.
Coming into the image of his leg. So there's something there, right?
Do you see it right up at the top? Like follow it up just a little bit more. No, past his... on the outside. Right there. That's where it stops. Like
Yeah.
it looks like like one of those skinny
Correct.
duffel bags that like auto
But what's
mechanics
interesting
carry or
is that it
something.
now, I think as Adam pointed this out to me, it goes all the way down to here.
Yeah.
If you notice,
Somebody said it would have been a lot easier to kidnap Annie for ransom and less likely to perish.
is that the black
Exactly.
tarp? And this was the original day and something happened? Her doors were locked. Somebody came home. A car drove by. I mean, he's still set up. He just doesn't have his backpack, but he has this.
Well, somebody thought that was, the handle at the top of the backpack, and maybe, I don't know. But
Like it was
he's
zipped
definitely
open or
holding
something?
something. Yeah. I think this was reconnaissance. I think it was, for all we know, this is the night that he knew maybe this was which by the way, this was also a Sunday. This was a Saturday night into Sunday is what it's a
So
weekend.
same day of the week happening.
Correct.
Just,
So I'm wondering if this was a habit of Nancy's to go to game night or whatever, and she was gone. And maybe this is when possibly even the light in the back was disabled. I think there's other people that have said that as well. Like they were thinking the same thing I am. Like, did we do this like a few weeks ahead? Like, go ahead and do that. See if anybody fixes anything. I don't know. Just to sneak around. But the rest of it seems, I feel like this is see if the old lady notices me on her camera.
but how do we have
if she
this
reports
image from, say, it's 2 weeks earlier?
Yeah.
Thank you. What does that say? Carrie
Oh.
Phillips. Wow.
Some jewels, a gold
Oh,
coin. Thank you so much,
jewels.
Carrie.
Let me move the arrow out of the way. Oh. So.
Yeah,
Go
Inner
ahead.
Strength said maybe they broke the backyard light that night too. Yeah, I think so too.
If this is 2 weeks before and we have video of the night before, of the actual video, this is a still.
Yeah,
This is a video camera. Why is this not a video? And why is there not more within this 2 weeks of people coming and going? I guess there is. They just don't, it's just nothing to do with this case. But shouldn't this be a video? I mean, ours doesn't take stills unless I tell it to.
I mean, didn't you hear though? He said apparently there are a bunch of thumbnails.
Oh,
They have
okay.
thumbnails from
That's true.
before and after the event. And I'm like, well, then can you show us the, thumbnails of after the event? Like, I think there's a lot. I think a lot of people are
The clearest one is the ones they've given us in the video, the 2 videos and this.
possibly, or I think we'd also be very naive to believe that they have no other footage, although they're claiming they don't. Again, to Brian's point, and to our son's point, it's none ya. It's none ya business. So I think it's none of our business what they have. I think we're hoping and praying. And I personally believe that they have more footage.
They may.
I'm not FBI. I'm not a detective, but I feel like if you got this one from potentially January 11th, which is when they're asking every single neighbor from Annie's neighborhood to Nancy's neighborhood, do you have, video evidence or anything from January 11th? I think we would be kind of, dumb to assume that wasn't from January 11th. So if that's the case, then I thought you said that it was rewriting over itself if there were so many days that went by. So I mean, that was my take. Do you hear Kash Patel say that? He said, because we got in 4 days late, we weren't able to get more footage. I think we would have been able to get more footage because it starts rewriting on itself. Well, it didn't rewrite itself on January 11th.
I just zoomed in a little bit.
And that's, 20 something days later. So you're trying to tell me that we have no more footage. There's no other footage, I should say, from February 1st. Lies.
Well, I don't know. I don't think
Wrong.
there's anything nefarious going on there. It's
No,
just,
that's not nefarious. That's called keeping the investigation tight. It's, I'm
they
sorry.
want this solved, so they would release
Right.
what they would think would help. But this is now I can really see.
What else do we need to see? If they have other evidence, it could be just
more of the same. Like they
Exactly.
took the best ones that you could actually see
or
his
stuff
eyes
that
a little.
they don't want us to see because it's something that's intrinsic to when they do get the person that they're able to find either at their home or on their person or a link to them somehow.
Someone said that they thought this was an REI jacket today. I saw in,
Yeah, I saw that too.
because of the stripe across the chest and the zipper being like that, which
I've heard people go, why does that matter? Well, because if they can, track down where some of these things were purchased, that could help.
REI jackets are a little more rare than, Walmart gear.
Yeah, but the backpack, I mean, when we were talking early on about certain people being involved, do you know how many backpacks are in a lost and found at a school? A lot. So, I mean, the backpack purchasing, I don't think that most people go with their cute little, notes on their cell phone and they're like, okay, well, so we're at Home Depot. What else did I need, Glenn? I needed the duct tape, the zip ties, the tarp. I don't think that, although we've seen that, I don't think that in this case it was, so we need to make a Walmart run and we're going to load up on the Walmart backpack and have that all on our receipts, 30 days before this happened. I think I would think the fact that we have
Many
not found this
people
person
don't
already
believe that
means
you
that
are the person.
there was a lot of planning involved, and it probably didn't start at a laundry list at Walmart.
It's not me.
It's not me.
Well, what did I tell you? The attorneys said for both he and Carlos that they are cleared to a point. So now we know that, I mean, that's been verified. They're not completely cleared.
I need to ask something completely off topic.
What?
So
I'm going to get some water myself. I have to
the little
watch the
stud in his cheek. How do they do that? Where, I mean,
It's kind of gross. Yeah, it's kind of gross.
So
It's a piercing.
So but they can't get to the inside to put it back on.
That's on the inside of your cheek.
No way.
All the way up.
No way.
Stick your finger on the inside of your mouth.
I'm not doing that, but
Look,
I'm telling you right
it
now.
goes right here. It does.
That is
Either that or it's something totally different. I've never had a cheek piercing. Well, then that's something else. I don't know. Maybe it's a screw.
Oh,
It's disgusting. I don't like to think about it. But why are we discussing that?
well, because we're looking at Porch Guy, and every time I see his picture, I just kind of lines up. Not that it's him. I don't know.
Well, you're not going to see that in a
The
ski
little
mask.
lip thing right here with the hair missing's in the same spot. I don't know. Yeah, well, the ski mask it did its job apparently because
Yeah, it's thick enough. You're not going to see that.
He's got the kind of ears that he could never ride a motorcycle.
Yeah, Valerie, I just saw her comments that Carlos is suing Pima County for like $3 million. Oh, I know. I think it's like two something million, like 2.5 to himself and like the 100 something and
His
200
little
something
cousin
to his
was-
family members and
What's scared out of him.
Kuna Burger. Guess Kayla does at least on Facebook does the piercings and the tattoos, but he doesn't know her.
Yeah, right. He doesn't know her. He was arrested with her.
He doesn't know her.
That was.
I don't even know
interesting.
that girl. Pretty sure you do.
But we're not accusing anybody.
Nope.
All right, Jen. Well, that was 2 hours. We said we were going to keep it under 2 hours.
I can't believe
tonight,
it.
and you're 2 hours and 2 minutes. So I don't know
Unbelievable.
what to tell you? I've got other stuff here, but you want to watch?
Did your friend decide to call in? You said you had a friend that might call in.
No.
So we're not opening up the phone lines tonight.
If you want to, we could. I don't know if anybody else wants to. So in the chat, you have to let us know if anybody wants to come talk. We'll definitely do it. We've got all this video to talk about. We can put the
well, Lisa
ransom
just
notes
said, Lisa Sums. Sorry, Glenn. I just wanted to catch it before I missed it, and I missed it. Lisa Sums said, can you go over Savannah's post today? So I guess there was a new post today that we missed, probably getting ready for the show.
Oh, is that the one where she was berating everybody?
Yeah, I want to see it. Do you have it?
No, I read it.
Okay, well, pull it up for me if you can, because I have not seen it. Do not shut down yet, Tam said. 2 hours is too short. You guys are so nice. Thank you. Hold on, let's see if we can find this before we go then.
Was it on her Instagram? I saw it like someone had taken it out of something and
I don't know. Maybe somebody will tell us in the chat where to find it.
May not even been real now that I think about it because I didn't. That's why I don't have it. I didn't vet it.
She trashed YouTubers, Gladys Kravitz.
Yeah, the last thing on her Instagram is
It's a screw, but I'm not sure. Ash Cash said, yeah, I think so. It's got to be then, right? That's gross. To each his own. It's not my jam. I know it's not yours because you don't like needles or anything. So, okay, let's see. She was rude. I am quilting said, I do not do Instagram, so I missed Savannah Guthrie's post. Okay. I saw it on Facebook, is what Cajun Chick said. Thank you guys. I saw it on her Facebook, Crystal. All right. So I guess so. I missed the first hour, I believe. Victoria. Oh, Victoria, you can watch it in replay. I have a feeling there will be some replay crew because we know people have lives that go out on Saturday night, but do you see the note?
I have the June 24th where she calls the cops on YouTubers.
No.
I don't know.
Am I going to have to look it up somewhere else?
Well, I mean, I'm not, I don't follow her on Facebook. I've been following her.
Huh.
Savannah Guthrie,
Okay,
popular
looking.
now. I wonder why that is. There she is. 17
So it was
hours
actually
ago.
her post that she put up, is what they're saying. Oh, that looks long. What does it say?
This is our beautiful mom.
Can you read? Yeah, read it.
6 months ago, someone took her out of her bed in the dead of night. We have lived every moment, every breath, and every heartbeat in agony and despair ever since. Every day we wake up and try to be strong and go on because that's what our joyful and resilient mom taught us to do. But make no mistake, our hearts are in ruins. Cam and Christine, Annie and Tommy, Mike and me, we spend every waking moment thinking of her, longing for her, looking for her. There is a hole inside us that can never be filled. There is an ache that cannot be softened, and there is a determination in us that cannot be quenched. You can imagine. To find out what happened to her so that we can give her the dignity of a proper goodbye. Wow, that's a little different than the other.
Mm-hmm.
A celebration of a remarkable life that she so deserves. I think we all agree.
Yeah.
For sure. We are begging for help. We are desperate. We need someone to come forward. Someone knows something. Someone suspects something. Someone recognizes the writing in the ransom demand notes. I guess he means the way it was worded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're very specific. Someone has noticed something different, strange, troubling, or just unusual. Perhaps with someone they deeply love. In other words, if it's your son, for example, you still need to do the right thing. And that's very true. Perhaps they are afraid to come forward. Perhaps they are conflicted. Perhaps they are angry or upset for being in this situation. There is a way out to tell what you know. There is a way out, to tell what you know. You can do so anonymously. The reward is available. There is a way to end this situation and do the right thing. We are real people facing real grief, doing the best we can and counting our many blessings along the way. Most especially the prayers and love from good people, which we feel deeply. We need your prayers. We need your kindness. We need the good to be stronger than the evil. If you are following this story for entertainment or for profit, you are not on our side. You are part of the harm perpetrated against her. We will never stop looking for answers, and we will never stop looking for the light. We will always be hoping and praying and believing in the best of our world, in spite of the circumstance. This is what our faith makes possible. Please bring her home. So I guess what the person that I was reading earlier was talking about the part where she says, if you're profiting for this or for entertainment.
Yeah, I don't think that's directed at YouTubers like us.
That's why I didn't have it.
No. Okay, that's why
That's why I was saying to give grace to it, even when I thought it was that. Even if she had said that,
But see, that's why I don't like taking somebody else's interpretation. I want to hear it straight from the proverbial horse's mouth. It's like I want to hear it and then make my own assumptions on it. That to me says the gross people that we know, that are either berating, every aspect of this. That's not the people that follow us. Yeah. It's not the people that we follow that are YouTubers. No, the YouTubers that we follow and and hopefully you all feel that about us. This isn't about us. This is about finding Nancy. This is
My
about
police colleague of 19 years said if anyone is questioning what I do, they can call her or email her. I don't know what that means. Nina M. Activist Truth Justice. Sounds like somebody in the business of law enforcement.
yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, she sent me an email. She's not a psychic. She's a Christian woman, is what she says, that has dreams about things and has actually worked with law enforcement where she lives. And she said that, she wants to get it out there to anybody that will listen. And she sent us an email. I promise you, I've not had a chance to respond because I wanted to respond appropriately. So I appreciate you writing us. No, don't go, Jen and Glenn. Thank you. I think she's talking about people that are taking advantage of this situation and not trying to put out good information. Look, I mean, I've seen enough true crime things. I've seen enough families that have been like, please keep our son, or please keep our daughter's name in, the media. And I don't think I said that. And then she had people arrested in this, and I don't know.
But there's got to be more to that story too. It's like, I mean, I'm the one that keeps saying it over and over and I get harassed on it. But there are...
Do you think she's been talked to by people that said you need to file this or you need to do this?
What I'm talking about is that I'm always sticking up for the Guthrie family when a lot of people are saying that the family did it. I'm one of those on the side that I don't think the family's involved. I think they're the victims. Sheriff Nano says so, but a lot of people don't trust what anything he says. But
which muddies the
waters. At the same time, it's hard to get more than one person. It's hard to get one person to be a liar. Well, not really. Two people to agree to be liars and do something against it, but a whole department to be in on it. Okay. I don't believe it. And also, as much as we want to talk about how bad Sheriff Nanos is, I find myself wanting to come to his defense a little bit because it is not easy being a sheriff.
Shoot, I got caught. Sorry. My sister was listening about her messy room.
It's not easy to be a sheriff of a community that large. They have 1,500 people that he is in charge of.
No, it's not.
And does he say the wrong thing sometime? Yeah, and I bet I would be just as bad as he was if you stuck a camera in my face on something this major. It's like nothing he can say is right.
But you're not defending him.
No, I'm just saying that no.
Trust me, we're not fans. We have friends. We have a friend of the family. I consider them friends of the family. That was a sheriff that we highly respect, and this would have never happened. So
probably not. But what I have a trouble with is that, to me, it's let's find Nancy Guthrie.
Yeah.
Does it help if we sit around and spend entire shows talking about how horrible of a person the sheriff is? To me, I have lots of video that in my my bank here on the computer to pull up and play with on episodes, and I find myself like tonight, I'm not doing it because I don't want to give him any more time on the air.
Right.
That's how I feel about it. That's my passive aggressiveness with it. And I leave it. I enjoy watching the other streamers that talk about him and have the things on, and totally understand why. I'm just not doing it, and I don't think you want to, just because I don't think it's helpful for a small, brand new channel like us to go off on the sheriff. There's plenty of that going around. I think what's helpful for a small little almost 4,000 subscriber channel that has 5 to 1,000 people watching and 120,000 views almost over a month's time to do is just bring up the facts.
Yep.
Let's see if we can help solve it, be helpful as we can. I don't think it's helpful for us to talk bad about anybody, any streamer or anything, obviously, but especially the sheriff that's in charge. And a lot of people are saying, well, the FBI is actually in charge. I think they're both doing all they can do. But also remember, the sheriff
parallel investigations. That's what I believe.
The sheriff is the sheriff. He's got a full investigative team. Mm-hmm. There's a problem there too, as we know, that the chief investigator, it's like his first or second murder case or whatever, or case at this level. I don't want to say murder yet, but hopefully not. There's problems there. And he does say things like, well, Savannah doesn't call me anymore. The guy, I'm not in contact with the guy. They have my phone number. That one guy said, when's the last time they called you? I'm not going to discuss that. You know, I mean, see, I can go off on it, but I just want to be helpful. I want to get the word out. I want to keep her in the front page of the newspaper every day that I can for people that watch the newspaper. Anything I can do to
Or
help.
read.
Anything we can do to help. Like this, we have 545 people in here now. They all want her found. You know, and there's 1,000 streamers on right now with 5-7.
Right.
Some people have 10,000 people watching. Let's do this. He's watching some of these channels. I know he's not watching us. We're new. We don't have that many subscribers. But if he is, please, what she said, do the right thing. Just, if you're not going to turn yourself in, let them have peace with their mom back. It's so cruel. And
Yeah.
you're not 100% cruel. I don't think anyone's that
No.
evil.
And that's what, somebody just said in the chat, please stay positive. That's what's refreshing, is that we're not negative. No, I mean, I think the point is, it's really easy, like I said, to say, take him to the stakes. We're burning them at the stake, when we don't like somebody, or somebody seems to oppose our, strong stance. I think a lot of people are digging in their heels and they're like, this is what happened, Glenn. This is what happened, Jennifer. I know it. I know it. The problem is, we have very strong feelings ourselves about who's involved, who's not involved, who could possibly be involved.
We don't agree.
The problem is, we don't know either.
Neither one of us would know.
And, back to, I guess, the second word of the night, besides the nuances in this case, is going to be the nunya part. It's none of our business. And law enforcement needs to do their job. They've, the chain of custody for communications, for evidence, has got to be locked down. And if it was your loved one that was missing, you would be pissed if people were breaking that chain of custody within law enforcement and telling things that they're not supposed to tell. As much as our curiosity is killing us, because I think there's a lot of us that feel like if we just knew one more thing, we could help. Well, I think a lot of times when law enforcement feels like they can bring the public in and it could help, then they do it.
Yeah.
We got, I feel like we got information in the beginning that we shouldn't have. And and now I think even Ashley Banfield has been forthcoming about that it was somebody within the sheriff's department. Well, I think it didn't take a brain surgeon to figure that out.
Did you find it frustrating though, that at the very beginning of this whole thing, the person you just mentioned, some other, I mean, to me, she's a YouTuber now. I know she's got other
I love
outlets.
Ashley Banfield.
Yeah, me too. But she's an independent coverage person.
Right.
And she's member supported programming because she makes money off of ads and stuff off of her thing. She's the same as all of us now. But
Much different level, but
and a few other people came forward saying, my sources. And they looked in the camera and said, and my sources are very high level sources. One of them used the word high level source. And now we know that was all BS.
Well, again,
they're high level
that's
sources.
Interpretation. What is your what is
interpretation? They're BS. I said it when they were saying it. I go, there's no way. That would be a full out leak, some of the stuff they were saying. And now we have people.
It was.
Now we have people coming forward saying that they know who Porch Guy is and they've heard it. This is 2 months ago, and they're about to roll up on him. My high level source. How's that working out for you? So
all I'll tell you is, again,
even the experts get duped, is what I'm saying, and we get duped too. Sometimes we don't go on air with it, though. Is the difference?
Well, wait a minute. So you believe that the high level sources that they're talking to, when you hear high level source, what do you think of?
I think that they're talking to someone who's working.
Are you talking sheriff, or are you talking FBI?
Or it could be the sheriff's department, but it's somebody that's with knowledge of the case that are working on it. And it's a leak, but they're helping. They're specifically putting out things maybe, and they're using Ashley and everyone to get this information out. But Ashley was one of them that came in on her show every few days saying, my source, who's a really good source. I mean, it's not, this is someone that knows. I'm telling you, like, she convinced me that she had someone really telling us the story, and everything that was coming out was so unbelievable. They're going to have this guy, and none of it happened. Why? Because her source let her down. It wasn't, I bet that's not her source anymore.
Well, all I know is that when I talked to the 4 FBI guys that I called.
Sorry, that's the stuff that gets me boiling.
No, I agree.
If anyone's mad at the YouTubers, really look at the people that you do rely on, the real mainstream media that's let you down.
I think I have a lot of problems with the case.
They
I
should
have
have been saying it up
and
front.
I have a lot of problems with personally, and I hate saying it out loud, but I have a lot of problems with Savannah and how things have been handled. I thought when she came out to the memorial, and I know that if you haven't seen me before, I've said this before. If you've seen me before, then you know I've said this before. When they came out to the memorial, I was literally sitting on the edge of my seat, biting the inside of my mouth, going, "Do it, do it, do it. I know you're going to do it." I thought she was going to come down. They were going to look at the memorial. And I thought, Savannah Guthrie, NBC host
Oh,
of the
yeah.
Today Show,
Let's say a few
and is
words.
going to turn around and look at the media and go, "Thank you so much on behalf of our family for doing what you do and keeping our mother in the spotlight." And she didn't do it. And it was like this huge, huge letdown for me. It was a letdown. And now moving forward, we find out that it's her name on there that gets the YouTubers arrested for being on public property.
Right.
That
Wow.
didn't go over well. That was
That
like
doesn't
strike
go over well
two
with me either.
in my book. That was strike two. And now this statement
Map.
is like strike 2.5 for me because I don't know who she's referring to. I think it's so general that it's offensive. If
Yeah.
if there's a particular
I can get that.
industry or persons or that you're referring to, I think you need to be more specific because unfortunately, I feel like you've just offended like half of the population of YouTube that is working their butts off, from people on bicycles, people that have spent their hard-earned money to get better equipment, from drones to coolers, whatever, to get out there and actually physically search for your mother. So if that was your intention, was to criticize people that make money off of YouTube, then I think you need to start looking at home because NBC has made plenty of money off of people's pain, and it's news. And I think a lot of those, if that's the way you're looking at it, because that's the way we're
It's
taking it.
different when it's your family.
Right.
And I get it.
But there are family that was like, I think Elizabeth Smart dad even said it recently is,
Keep
look,
them
we
in the
get
front
it.
and center,
We
yeah.
get it that we're going to be at the top of the list because, statistically, that's who did it. But he specifically said, at least that's how I remembered his interview with Brian Enton, was that he appreciated her name being in the public. I think that that's what people are very passionate about right now. And if we're taking it incorrectly, then you need to be more specific when you say, you don't appreciate that because you're in an industry that literally had a song written about it. But just ask Don Henley. Dirty Laundry. Go look it up. It's like it's about the news. And that did not sit well with me. So I'm going to give some grace if there's someone more specific that she was talking to, but I have a feeling she was talking specifically about YouTubers, which is why people were going,
Oh, thank
she
you
said
for the
terrible
super
things.
chat.
Oh my gosh, thank you
Rose
so
Petal,
much.
it sounds like Savannah paid. We've done our part. Yeah, that's exactly right. But why now when she could have done on early? Yeah, 6 months. Weird, fishy. Nancy may still be alive. God willing. I hope so.
I hope so too. And I think hindsight's 20/20,
Wouldn't that
right?
Man, that would just.
The FBI said that
be
they
awesome.
never pay ransoms, but they will never talk a family out of paying a ransom. So I think that there may have been some strong, I would assume, some very emotional conversations on how to handle this. And I think there also may not have been maybe enough intelligence to know whether these people sending the ransom notes were involved or not. So
Yeah.
look, it doesn't look good that it was said early on by Ashley Banfield's source that the brother-in-law was involved. It also didn't look good that they went back to their home, a bunch of times and then took their car for, 30 something.
Thank you, Sunshine and Waves. I feel the same way. It's not us. There's most independent coverage, member-supported programming is doing the right thing for the right reason. We're not on here talking about somebody's pain because it's fun. I mean, this is
No, it's
emotional
just-
for Jennifer. You've seen it.
Yeah.
And most people it is. And me, I just hold it in. I've always been able to do that in my life, just to kind of, but just reading that Facebook post got me a little bit. I don't know if you noticed, but it's just like, wow, looking at this. This is someone's family. Savannah and Annie were raised in that home. They lost their father
And
when
it's a
Savannah
crime
was
scene.
16 years old. And I look at that home and I can tell what a wonderful, happy upbringing they had in spite of all that.
Yeah.
Nancy was a wonderful mother to them. Look at this beautiful house. I mean,
That's a beautiful area.
and it's 50 years old, right? This is not a new home. This
Yeah.
is not like, a billionaire lives here, but it sure looks like it. If you told me they did, I would believe it. It's just so of a cool little neighborhood, neat area, little casita, and
Yep.
she's taking care of it. And her mom got old there. She was in her 30s or 40s when they moved in. Look at it now. And she's 84.
It's heartbreaking.
She deserves to come home to this little, heaven that she built in this beautiful town. So that's why we're here. Can you tell I need water?
Yes.
While you're like, give her the water. Give him the water.
I know. Without suggestions in the chat. No, I think it's really unfortunate that
Where did it all go?
huh?
It was full and now there's none in here.
No, that's mine is almost empty.
Did I
Yours
just
hasn't.
drink your water?
I don't know. Gross.
Just kidding.
Backwash. No,
What?
I just
Oh my God, Jen.
I honestly think that we've been insulted by Savannah. A lot of people.
I just had to gag a little bit. You said backwash.
My gosh. No, it's like, look, I'm not bashing Savannah. They're going through the most horrific, horrible thing in their lives. I hope that none of us ever have to go through that. The sad thing is, in the true crime community, I think a lot of us have been touched by either domestic violence, homicide, missing people, and that's why it's important to us to have justice. So when people watch true crime, I think it's their way of either healing or it's their way of feeling like, even though I can't get out, like, Dad's Gone Live and JLR and Alex. And I mean, there's so many other people that have gone out there and searched. It's like, so even though we're not the people that are the, quote unquote, boots on the ground, it's, I think we feel like we can help from home. So anyway, I think it's hard to judge somebody that you don't know. And it's also hard not to judge somebody you don't know. I feel like sometimes it's easier to judge somebody that you don't know their true heart or what's going on behind the scenes. And unfortunately, I feel like so much of this case is orchestrated by the FBI for the family. And I mean, behind the scenes. You can't do this. Tell any family and friends to lock it down. Don't talk to anybody. And we're on the outside going, why aren't their friends talking? Why aren't neighbors talking? But for all we know, they're being like, lock it down. We don't want anything talked about her personal life, so that if somebody does come forward, there's certain things that are kept private. And I just think it's very hard to, like I said, not to judge, because we want to go, why aren't her friends talking about things? Why aren't, how was the family dynamics? What were they like? Were the sisters like super, super close, or was one jealous of the other? Was one revered in the family, one of the kids, or more, and one not? I think we all want to know. We want to know. We want to know. We want to know.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, I don't know Nancy's mother personally at all. I've seen her.
Right.
I've seen the clips of
For
her.
all we know, she could have been a crotchety old lady.
Yeah, I don't, we may or may not have agreed politically. We may be different religions. We may be total opposites. Like, we would never even hang out with her. I don't know. None of that matters. Again, I'm just looking at this video of this home. This was someone's house. Can you imagine the intrusion on your home with these cameras and these people and all this, especially under these circumstances?
Yeah.
It's just, it's so sad. I mean, again, maybe it's because, I don't know, it's stupid to say because we were home builders for so many years. When I look at a home, it's just different to me. I always used to say, I'd get teary-eyed handing the keys to somebody after spending, 6 months to a year building a big, nice, beautiful home for somebody, watching their family, hearing the kids for the first time. It's like, You're starting that house up, the kids are making noise, the dogs are showing up, the moving trucks are there.
Right.
And then it goes on for its own life. That house has a life of its own for usually 5 to 7 years, and people trade homes every 5 to 7 years in America is the average. That's not what this happened here. This is 50 years in the making, this place. She drove down there to the grocery store for 50 years. It's like, and now it's so intrusive if you're Savannah and all that. And again, not saying she's done everything right. I give her grace because she's not in her right mind, I would imagine, right now. I see a lot of comments in the chat about she's a facade and all this kind of thing. And to me, it's like, I can't say that about anyone, much less her right now, because
can you understand why people feel that way a little bit?
I would be out in the dirt with shovels. I'd be going to Sheriff Nanos daily.
I'd be in Mexico. Now, I wouldn't even be afraid for my own life.
Somebody did mention earlier, she's not that famous. Like, she can go out and not be harassed. Although, is she safe? Because maybe this was something that's not, but
see, we're Gen Xers, so I'm like, she's not Michael Jackson. Like, the whole world knew who Michael Jackson was. There's people that didn't even know who Savannah
pretty
was.
Little crew clues. I mean,
what?
She just says it out loud.
Yeah. I mean, me?
No.
Oh, what did she say?
Let me put it up. I should probably read it before I put it up, but she won't say anything to get us in trouble.
Let us not sit us on our
highest
horse, Savannah.
You work for MSM. Yeah, a lot of people are not fans of
look,
Microsoft.
There's a lot of people that are Microsoft.
I mean, MSN.
MSNBC. It's like, look,
what do you think
there's a lot of people that are super fans, not super fans, literally don't care, are completely indifferent. And when I say don't care, I mean who she is. Everybody, however, no matter how you feel about her as a human being and as a personality, I think we all agree this should have never, ever have happened to an 84-year-old lady.
We report tragedy.
Horrible.
We're at least trying to find the answers.
Yeah.
She reports.
And I think people feel like, can you put on some of your own boots and go out and search? And when there's being, we're hearing a lot of things and we're not seeing a lot of things. And I think that's where a lot of people are extremely frustrated because again, when you're in the true crime community, you may have seen, if you're not in the true crime community, then you've maybe seen like the big cases, O.J. Simpson, whatever. And then there's the little bitty cases that just happen to be big because they're in your state. And you're like, okay, that little girl went missing and the parents were out there freaking out. They got their own searchers together. They got their own friends and family and they were taking rotations and shifts and night after night trying to find them, doing whatever they could. And it's like, where's the button? Where's the button? I need the crickets.
Well, that's for when no one's talking.
Well, this is what I'm saying has happened from their side of the family.
Oh, I don't know.
You broke the button?
I don't know. Maybe we don't hear it.
Oh, that's so sad. Well, anyway, it's like, I think that's what people feel like happened, is that there's literally nothing happening from the family. We want to see it. Did the chat just go dead? Did we not go live anymore? Is everybody still here? Did we lose everybody?
No, it's still going.
Oh, okay. I just think people wanted to see them actively out there searching. I don't know that is a reality. I wonder if law enforcement thought for a period of time and even maybe still feel that their lives could be in danger. So that's what I give them grace on. I don't know because it's Nunya. It's none of our business.
Let me check something real quick for sound. Bear with us. Well, I heard that.
That was so on purpose.
No, really, because I don't know why the crickets aren't working.
Well, anyway.
Oh.
Ta-da!
Oh, God, I hope it doesn't go off all the times I've hit the button.
Well, anyway. Well, thank you guys for joining us. We went 30 minutes over what we wanted to do tonight. We appreciate everybody that came on. Again, I want to thank all of you that emailed me, messaged us, supported us on the last interview. I can't thank you enough for all the mods, people that I didn't even know that were reaching out saying that they were going to try and help us get backdoors into other YouTubers to discuss it before we aired it, and law enforcement. Boy, you guys like organized an army of people that went to work, and we really appreciate it. And for people that have never met us, I mean, that was incredible.
Yeah,
So
they don't know us.
all the new members, all the new subscribers, can I ask one favor? Because I know that if you're a Patriot Pride person, then you know that Adam and Mike are better at this than we are. Could you please hit the like button? We really appreciate it. It really does help people see us. And please share the videos if you like them. We really appreciate it. We know we know our family members have been sharing it and letting people know, except my dad, because I haven't told my dad yet.
Subscribe too.
I think it's time that I tell the rest of the family what we're doing. Yeah, and subscribe. It's free. Subscribing is free. Liking is free. The membership for people that have spent the $2, the $4 a month, we really appreciate it, and we're trying to give you the content that you were asking for, which was some behind the scene videos, and we really appreciate it. But we appreciate everybody that joins us. Today is Saturday.
So we're back on
a couple more hours.
Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central, 8 Eastern. And that show, we're not going to tell them.
So how many likes do we have?
Well, you got more than the people are in here, but those could have been from earlier. That's
fabulous.
That's pretty cool.
Well,
we really appreciate that. That is
awesome. We really appreciate it, you guys. So I'm getting ready to go to the beginning.
People are still subscribing.
Oh, thank you so much.
Lori Q.
That is so awesome. Thank you so much for subscribing. Please hit the like and share to Jen's dad. You guys are going to get me in trouble.
If we see more subs and likes, we're not going to go anywhere.
You know what's really funny is I think I've mentioned it. My dad actually has a friend who's the husband is, I guess they're friends. The husband, I think he said, is FBI and the wife is CIA. And I was like, no way. I want just 1 hour with him. He goes, absolutely not. And he just, I think he understands that they're active. It's a little bit different. It's not retired. So I understand. I mean, it's Nunya. Nunya business.
See, somebody is saying that we're going back to the Savannah topic. I don't think she's talking about all YouTubers, and there are people in some chats accusing her and husband of mom's plight. Yeah, so that's she. Really she probably can't help it. She probably sees some of the comments about her and.
Can you even imagine? I mean, look how upset I got when we first started this, because I want to please everybody. We can't please everybody. Glenn always tells me that's why there's chocolate and vanilla. Pick another flavor. If you don't like this one.
We get lots of trolls now, and you know what? I love the trolls.
Really? Did we? I feel like we
Rammer
had
Jammer on the job. Major Rammer Jammer.
You.
I don't know how he does it. Last week we had a little thing going on, and bam, 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 there's all gone.
Okay, Corral. Got it.
But again, I know I keep showing this, but I stopped it a minute ago because we were having sound issues. On that mailbox, that's what I was trying to, let me see if I can rewind it, right? There's what causes the confusion.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same sign that Buscando has posted because they all were one group and they're not anymore, but they use that same poster. That group uses that logo and everything now. They have a different one, but that poster was on their Facebook and was on one of the pictures that she had sent. They were still using it because they're not going to go back and change it for the other previous cases they were on.
That's not a priority to them, is getting their, getting a graphic designer to redo their logo apparently. But
they did. It's just that's the old
that's the old one.
That's the other plate.
I see what you're saying.
That was the other two ladies that were there.
That's why I was confused when they said it. But she said that they were, they were part of that group, and apparently Juan kind of alluded to there was a falling out of some sort, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't think it was major.
Here's the thing. Maybe when you get your feet wet in YouTube and you try to figure things out, I think there's a tendency to want to break out the soapbox. I know I've done it a few times.
Thank you, Tam.
And thank you so much, Tam.
That means more to me right there.
Yeah.
Someone saying that we're classy, because that means they don't know me.
Keep it classy,
Just kidding.
Santiago. Yeah, we try.
Yeah.
We try. But I think we want to get out our soapbox. We want to start yelling at whether it's trolls or people that disagree with us or people that say we're dumb, we don't know what we're talking about.
And they disagree with us at all.
No, but no, I think, well, no, I just mean like, you know, the brutal.
Do it in a rude way. Yeah.
But you know what? We told our mod, we're not going to do it anymore. We're going to let him figure out what he thinks is appropriate for our chat and use his discretion. He knows that we want to keep this a classy and welcoming community. If somebody wants to talk about another YouTuber that's doing a great job, we really appreciate it because we've probably watched them and we appreciate all the hard work that these YouTubers are doing. So for us, we're going to focus on the positive. We're going to keep our heads high. We appreciate the positivity that came our way. And, you know, we've often said that for 2 negatives, it takes like 20 positives to make you feel better. And I made a decision this last week that I'm not doing that anymore. The 20 positives are what I'm going to focus on and not the yuck. And thank you, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. We've had hardly any negative. And I think that speaks largely to the community that we're building here and the type of people that all of you are. And it made us really happy.
Well, and they've been asking us to go on other streams, big streamers. And I let Jen handle that part. I don't like to be on other people's streamers because I don't want to. I'm worried I'll say the wrong thing on their channel.
Stop.
You're so much
people
better
love you. They get excited when they find out that you're in
whatever. But
chat.
You'll be on the other people's chats, and then there are trolls that talk bad. I mean, it's just the way they are. But
Who
then
cares?
I realize, and tell me if I'm wrong. You know, the little avatar, whatever you call the little thing to the left of your name.
Yeah.
It's always like this pretty 30, 40-year-old woman. And then they're saying the most horrible things on chat. And I'm like, these aren't even real people. That person in that picture, I mean, there are beautiful women that say horrible things, but you can tell when it's 7 or 10 in a row, those are not even real people.
It's like bots. Yeah, or
so
fake
these bots
accounts.
come in and they do things on purpose just to drive everyone nuts. And so that's why you have to have a mod. And that's why Major Rammer Jammer is on the job. And
well, you know what?
Good job.
I mean, we talk about it. It's so hard sometimes because I think when you are a perfectionist or somebody that wants to please everybody, again, it's not possible. So you do your best and you hope that the people that join you for 2 hours and 41 minutes,
2:46 and 47 seconds.
you know, are the kind of people that really enjoy you and want to spend time with you on a Saturday night. So we appreciate it. Like somebody said earlier, who has money to go out on a Saturday night anymore? Well, you know, that's right. It's gotten ridiculous. It's like,
see, there you go. Don't have trolls until you make it. That's thank you.
yeah,
Well, that's what,
so true.
There was a little drama the other night. We're not going to talk about it, but I'll just say I never felt so important in all my life.
Yeah, he took it differently than I did. I
like,
cried
wow.
and said, so
No, you
Santa
didn't
Claus isn't
cry.
real.
Don't
I'm
think
kidding.
like
No, I mean, it's just, you know, things happen and it's very easy to take it personally and we're just not going to do that anymore. It's not
we're not all in this together, but
No.
most of us are.
Yep.
And it all comes down to the whole subject and the whole topic and the whole
Trashy people need attention
focus
too.
is to help find Nancy Guthrie. And
Thank God you didn't say Grace like you did the other night.
I like her too.
Oh, but like it's not Grace.
No, but there's a lot of cases we're looking at, and we get a lot of.
And some of you have sent some cases, and some of them are personal. So
thank you, Bama Flowers.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. So we appreciate it, and
very much so. And somebody was sent an email to me to our tips at tbxunfiltered.com tip line, and basically was saying that
Major will put that in the chat.
She wishes that we were covering other cases because it's not fair to other missing people. And that is a good point. And we felt that way from the beginning. That's why we actually did a whole episode on the Springfield 3, which we may go back and touch that one again. But
Can you believe the reaction to that?
Well, I'll let you talk about that. There's a different community that follows that case, and they're not friendly.
Some of them aren't, but I mean, but no, I was talking
It's
about the
20 years
reaction to
ago.
our post has been huge. I mean, I was not expecting it. It's a very big case. And what's weird about it, if some of you didn't look at it, please go back and watch that episode. It was about three women, two teenagers that were best friends that would be my age now. It was in 1992, right after graduation, that they went missing with one of the girls' mothers, and they haven't been seen in 34 years. And the case was very interesting. There's very, very passionate people. There's a private group on Facebook that I was invited to that's specifically about them. And there's some really hardcore people in there that
Well,
it's a
and I
little
know I'm
intense, but
always bragging on you,
it's called the
but
Springfield 3,
yeah, I think it was episode 2. I
something
don't
like
know.
that.
Springfield 3. It's
Yeah.
We have them categorized, and those are the two cases: is Nancy and Springfield 3. But
Yeah.
Jennifer got a hold of an investigator who happens to be retired now, but he was an investigator on that case
For 5 years.
and that's why
I think it was 5 years.
these people that are retired, but it did it very long. A lot of them don't want any part of it when they retire, like, you know, and I understand why. You see things that we could never imagine. You know, I mean, we think of things that are horrible times 7 probably for a real investigator, especially homicide, any of those kinds of things. But anyway, this guy, I felt like when you were talking to him, he went right back into investigation mode. Like
100%.
he's probably like a Chris Madonna. Like, wait a minute, what'd you say?
Well, this is
And then he
Missouri,
started questioning her, like she was
Yeah.
being interrogated. I'm calling to ask you questions, and he started interrogating you about what you had found out, and he was interested.
He was very nice, very polite. There
I
was
think he took it
nothing.
down.
There was nothing bad.
No, it was a
No,
great call.
no, he was really polite, and he was like, "How did you get my number?" And I said, "Well, I told you I'm kind of a Nancy Drew." And I said, "But I'll tell you where I found it." And I said, "So you can take it down." And he was like, "No, I'm fine with you calling me. I just wondered how you found it." And I said, "Well, I did some research." And long story short, I started mentioning some of the conversation about what did she say? If we have any comedians, please.
Yeah, that pharmaceutical husband and wife that was murdered.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of neat cases, or not interesting cases that needed some help. And that was one of these. I mean, it had been 34 years. It's in our area. You know, we live in the Ozarks in Missouri, and it came up in our feed locally. And I was like, what? How did I not know about this case? Because I feel like I hear about weird things, and
it feels so solvable.
Yeah.
And it's 25 years old now.
But that detective asked me, I told him that I spoke to one of the classmates, and she came on our show. And she, you know, said that she was more a peripheral person in this, which was why it was interesting to me to talk to her. But anyway, without going into too much detail, please go watch it. But he had a lot of questions about a particular person that she had mentioned to me off camera. And he said, what did he have to say? And I told her that the tone completely changed. And I won't lie, I gulped a little bit, and it sounded interesting. And then I went back and researched the case a little bit more, and I came up with a really interesting theory about part of the evidence. And when I called the other Stacy back, the one that came on our show, she gasped. So I'm sure it's nothing that the investigators haven't thought of, but it was just kind of interesting. So we may bring that episode back up.
Talk here. It's just been because we did that episode, like she said, with well, she was a girl, now she's a lady that was friends with one of the victims, and it's this many years later, and I love Scary Drawdown, and they're still not over it.
Well, no, it really, I mean, think about it. You're
high school.
I mean,
graduation.
I'm turning 53, and they were my age. One would be 50, almost 54, and the other one was almost exactly my age. So I just, you know, you're not 18, 19 years old when this happens. And she said it affected her for the rest of her life. And when she started talking about it, I think it was fine, but then it really brought up some visceral responses from redoing that night. And I can't imagine how.
Got some emails.
Yeah, it was really interesting. But anyway.
Some of them were angry, like, you got a fact wrong. And some of them were like, thank you for bringing this back up. I hadn't thought about it in several years. And now it's got me thinking. It's like you go back to something and you go, wait a minute. Now another thing hits your head and you look at it differently. But you know,
Some of that's just living
I
life.
will say when you're in true crime and have a channel like ours, we've got to introduce some new topics because we're going to find Nancy Guthrie soon. I hope.
Yep. Glenn, we almost went 3 hours. We said we were going to.
And then we're going to have to switch gears and go to other topics. And sometimes what happens is the first few times you hear about it, it's not very interesting. But the more you delve into it and the more we talk about it, it becomes very interesting. Because that's what happened to me on the Springfield 3. I'm like, whatever, it was 25 years ago. What am I? And then I read like the first paragraph. I was hooked because I'm like, wait a minute, 3 women all gone.
And then, nobody knows.
And the house was basically scrubbed clean by their friends because they didn't think there were anything nefarious had happened, which really hurt all the evidence. The things like the car being parked in the road differently. Well, they're going to watch the episode. They'll see it.
Yeah.
Anyway, go back, watch that one. We may bring up another episode and we can probably get some more of those people back on.
Yep.
Different ones even.
Maybe he has to check because it's still, that's what was so interesting about the case. 34 years. I thought it was a cold case. And he said, no, it's an active investigation. And I went, what?
And we've got some
It was called the
coming
Springfield 3. Somebody said, what's the name?
It's because it was in Springfield, Missouri.
Yep.
Springfield 3. You can Google it. It's still all over the internet for sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. We do. I mean, there are commercials. If you have not, there's like, we don't. Really? Yeah. Well, because we pay for YouTube TV and YouTube. So I know a lot of people don't have commercials. So, but I know for people that don't pay for YouTube, you have the free version or whatever of YouTube, you will see commercials.
Yeah, we used to have the free version of YouTube for many, many years.
It drove us freaking nuts.
So recently, I'm like, I'm going to pay whatever. It wasn't cheap. It was like $20-something a month.
But then we got rid of all of our other stuff. We don't watch anything else.
What I found out is that $20 whatever a month for YouTube, you can put 5 people on it. So all of our family is on one YouTube premium a month. So that's why it comes up, and you can add a couple more even right now. And then we don't see any ads or anything now. So I know the frustration, and we apologize. Well, that's the YouTube way. That's how they keep their doors open.
Yeah, and if you're paying for Netflix and all this other stuff, then it gets expensive paying for one other thing. But yeah, that's how YouTube does it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, thank you so much, very much for joining us tonight on a Saturday night. We will see you again on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And as always, stay curious, stay unfiltered, and stay unapologetic.
And stick around for our new closing. See what
go
exciting. Ahead and stick around, and then in the chat tell me yes or no, because I don't care. I'll do whatever y'all want. We'll see y'all next time, Tuesday at 7.
Bye.
Welcome to Thornbridge, under the break room light. Jim brings the facts, Glenn brings the hard truth. Cold case folders open, names we will not lose. We follow every thread for the ones abused. No smoke, no gloss, just the line and the cost. If it happened, we'll say it. If they're missing,